Well, here we are. We're back with the absolute master of mycelium, the funnest guy you'll meet in the fungi world.
Fuck, that's it. I'm out.
How you been?
Good, brother. Not bad. How are you?
Yeah, good, good. Same.
Yeah.
Nothing's really changed since last time. When was last
Little
time?
extra trinkets and weapons and whatnot.
When was collision courses, Brad Strutt's collision course?
6th of April. So I reckon we probably hit this sometime mid-March, early March,
Really?
roughly. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It was in the lead up, so it might have even been February. I don't know, but
Yeah, right. And then
it wasn't this fucking cold, that's for sure.
it was not this cold. It was actually hot because I remember we were sweating.
Yeah.
But that went well.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was good. Yeah, I was really happy. People seemed to enjoy it. No major disasters. Didn't lose any money. So yeah.
You didn't lose money?
No, we managed to pay everyone. Not on time necessarily, but we managed to pay everyone. All the chefs got a few dollars each, and
I was going to say, how did the food end up?
yeah, it was good. Like, I mean, the feedback was really good. It looked good. I didn't get to try all of it because I was rushing around like a blue ass fly, trying to get everything done. But yeah, good feedback. I think some people, like, obviously, it's not for everyone when it's a set menu. Like, you could see some people that aren't used to eating certain types of food, and they're like the ice cream. Someone said it's like got a real sort of coarse texture, which some people couldn't deal with.
What was that, sorry?
The ice cream. There was like a mushroom ice cream with tamari and whatnot in it, which is like it definitely tastes good, but like the person that said to me that struggled with it was like, they're probably expecting ice cream and then they feel all this shit going on inside their mouth and they couldn't deal with that.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, the food was good. I think maybe I could have had a little bit more. Like, I think maybe like one or two people might have went across the road and had to top up at Hungry Jack's maybe. But
I actually drove past your lair.
that night.
No, not that night. I would have come in.
Yeah.
No, like...
I was going to say, because I fucking asked you to come and you made some reason up.
I went to... I'll buy my ticket with you now, actually. I went somewhere... I fucking rarely go down the hill. And I went to my brother-in-law's warehouse, which is in Birkenhead.
Oh, yeah,
and on the way back, I was on... Is it
Tapley's Road.
Tapley's Road, right at the top of it, or at the bottom for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that's where it is. That's a fucking long way to try. It's a big Uber home. It's a killer spot though.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. It's good. It's probably the only place I can afford. Like, it's not exactly in like a sort of hip and happening area, but
it's close to
good for what
it's
I
close
want.
to what you need.
Yeah. And I mean, there's probably not many other places or areas or types of buildings where they're going to let you rock up and say, hey, let me grow mushrooms in your fucking building and cut holes in this and do this and that and spray graffiti all over it.
And with events like that, do you just get like liquor licensing for a day or?
Yeah, just a day. So it's like a once-off thing. I think it's like $104 or $105. And you know, if you fit certain criteria, it's like a low-risk thing.
Yeah.
They don't even. I was surprised, man. Like, it's just a tick and flick on the.
I was going to say, I thought it'd be harder.
Didn't have anyone coming out. No one rang me or nothing. Yeah. It was crazy because it's like, I don't know. No, I just expected a lot more. Like,
I thought it'd be harder as well.
Bust my nuts, or like especially on numbers and security and shit like that. But no.
That's killer.
Yeah, I think like there's certain criteria. Like if it's a fighting, like if you've got like a combat sport there, or if you've got the rippers there.
Yeah.
Are like the two things like where you either can't get the short ones or you have to like get like, you know, full on inspection or interview or pay more or whatever. I don't know. I didn't look at it.
If all else fails, maybe you could do mushy lair buck shows.
Yeah, no, I won't say that. I've thought of it, but I've had conversations about like all the.
Looks
crazy
like a
shit
cool
you do.
venue.
Yeah. Well, when I grew up, like in Woodville, like all my mates are Italian and that, and like their buck shows. Like, where are you from? What's your background?
We're Greek, and I fucking we love
like
fucking.
just a step down from the Italians.
Oh wow, love a good buck, love a good buck show.
Like, you know what they're like. Like, they go pretty hard. Like, and I remember all our buck shows were all in the workshops. Like whoever owned
a business.
Yeah, they were like carpenters, or you know, they all had factories. You know, there's probably 5 or 6 factories in and around Kilkenny and Woodville and Croydon and that. And I just remember going to heaps of buck shows there, So
I haven't been to a good buck show in a while.
yeah, I haven't been to one for a long time.
No one gets married anymore.
No, I don't know. Slowly learning.
No one makes it there.
Or they're not allowed to have traditional buck shows. I've had a few mates where they were just told pretty clearly not to indulge.
I've been to a couple buck shows where it was like, oh, this is not okay.
I've been to any like that, but I've been to one where it's like, I don't know, because they get the ones I went to, like the ones I'm thinking of, like the bride's parent, the bride's dad and brothers are there
so
as well.
awkward.
And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And I'm not even a part of it, but I don't know, it just seemed a bit weird to me.
And collision courses too.
Yeah.
What date?
3rd of August. So, well, we were like 4 weeks ago.
Oh, 3 weeks?
4, yeah, I think it was 4 weeks when I looked the other day, so.
Yeah. Saturday
about
night.
that. Saturday night, it's another nighttime one. It's not going to be as early as the last one, but it's still like a dinner thing.
Not as early, so it's go later?
Maybe half an hour or an hour. So, like, the last one was like, it's like a ninja, like, you know, like, it was like a military thing, like Brad and Doc flew in. I picked them up from the airport, we went straight there, they pretty much performed, and then straight after, fucked off, like we literally had to get them to the airport to catch their plane straight away. So it was started early, finished early, but this one, they're staying overnight, so it was like, just takes the pressure off a bit, so
yeah.
It's still like, includes dinner, so it's still going to be, I think, a 6:30 start, and probably a 10 o'clock finish, just because I don't want to cause any shit, you know, like with the locals, like, because there's houses and stuff around there, like, you know, it gives enough chance to have the main acts and kick back for a couple of afters. If people want to take off after that, they can, but usually people end up sitting around having drinks till 11ish, 12ish. But yeah, ticketed time will be like 6:30 to 10, I think.
And the main acts are?
So we've got Checkmate and his Mrs. Villiani, which is pretty exciting. So coming over from Melbourne again. Trying to really keep it with like the OG sort of the original Aussie hip hop, like the people that sort of helped it develop and come up over the years. So you know, Checkmate has been around since probably late 90s. I think he first like sort of became noticed, you know, or more prevalent in the early 2000s, and has pretty much, as far as I can tell, been consistently working ever since. Like it was MC production. He's pretty prolific, like a lot of work, and just, you know, as solo things and with like hired goons, hospice crew, like other, you know, collectives over the years. So him and his Mrs. Villy, like super talented as well. Them coming across together, something different, but still trying to keep with that same sort of steez of like the underground hip hop, like shit that you're not going to hear on the radio. And
did you do an open mic? Not an open mic, but did you throw the mic to some people as well? I think Goobs did.
Yeah. So we had because I haven't got the like AV like stuff built in, because it's a mushroom fucking farm, not a nightclub. So like I got the AV dude there for an extra hour or so, just on the off chance, fingers crossed, that people would do that. So yeah, we ended up getting a few people jump up. Goobsy hopped up quickly, Peeps hopped up quickly. What's his name? Oddest? I don't know his real name, like Oddest. He hopped up, smashed it. Boo, from Roach City Records. I think Bloomy Meadows, Steve from down here.
Yeah.
Endemic Enviro. You got to get him on here, he's a legend.
I do.
He hopped on. Yeah, it was cool. Like, you know, didn't go for ages, but it was just like a nice little bust out to sort of round the night out, and good vibes. It was cool. Yeah.
And the food this time, same vibe, different?
Same in the sense that, you know, it's not just like everyday sort of shit you grab at the takeaway, but it's a little bit more chilled. So like with the last one, it was $100, which is honestly, I feel like it was good value for what it was. But when you're talking hip hop events and things like that, like people that traditionally go to them wouldn't be spending that much. They'd probably be spending less than half that. But the food they got, and, you know, having those 4 chefs, to me, like knowing what the food side of things are worth, there was a fucking bargain. But you know, some people, when you you know, offering them something new, they don't necessarily want to take a big risk and pay a fuckload of money on something where they're not sure. So I wanted to make it a little bit more approachable with the money. So it's only $55, which it's still good value. But I really need to sell the tickets to make it work, sort of thing. Like I probably put it a little bit too low when you think about a normal gig for someone like that. It's probably $40.
Is it going to be the four courses again?
No, fuck no.
I was going to say, fuck, that's cheap as.
Nah, so it's going to be like a really nice, some sort of gourmet burger or something like that. Either a cheeseburger with fancy shit on it. I don't know. And we've got Banana Boogie Bakery is doing something as well. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, his name's not Adam. Jason.
Is it Adam?
No, it's Jason.
No. I'm thinking of his head.
I think he's Adam as well.
No, it's because of his Instagram name. His name is Jason. Yeah, his name's Admin.
Yeah, I've done that to myself. I think I've actually called him Adam, and he's like, no, man. Like, I do that. I've done that more than once. Yeah.
No, it is. It's his Instagram name's Admin, and I always fucking like last time we were talking, I was like, your name's Adam, and he's like, no.
You said it to me, and I reckon that's what like solidified it in my mind. So I've fucking gone on with it as well.
Oh, what's he gonna do? He can fucking throw down with some pastry, man. His bakery's phenomenal.
Oh, they just won best.
They win best
in
everything.
Australia 2 days ago.
They win best everything all the time.
Meat pie and SA, custard slice.
Have you done anything? Have you given him some stuff to do anything with?
No, we messaged I messaged him out the blue like ages ago. I think even before this, like, because I met him for the first time at the Strut show at Collision Courses. I don't think I'd met him before, or hadn't met him before that, but I reckon I just randomly messaged him about, hey, do you want to do like a mushroom pie or whatnot? And we just sort of like exchanged emails a couple of times, but it sort of pissed away to nothing. But yeah, we're definitely going to do something now. Like now we've met, and like
Cool dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Big hip hop head.
Yeah, loves it. Yeah, he's been super supportive of this one. Like offered it, like I didn't even ask him. He's like keen to help, and me and the chef Grant Schooling, who's like a gun chef as well, been around for ages. He's a world. I didn't realise the other day he's a world champion. What did he win the world champion in? Cooking mushrooms.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2007. 2007 in China, there was some like the Culinary Olympics or something, and yeah, he was Australia's little. I don't know if he sent multiple people over or what, but
he's the mushroom man.
Yeah, like the magic, like sort of like MasterChef. They hit you with what you're going to be cooking with. I think is the impression I got, and it was mushrooms. So yeah, he won. So I need to start including that in my stuff. Like
yeah, you do.
World champion.
Charge an extra $15 for that.
Yeah, get no one come.
So with so it'll be more just like casual food, still delicious.
Yeah. So the burger. So I think your mate Adam's doing the burger roll.
Shout out to Adam.
Yeah, he's gonna do the roll, and then we're still discussing whether it's like some sort of pie option or whether it's like a dessert thing. But it's aimed to be like a little bit more traditional, what people are used to, but still something. It's still a nice sort of treat.
Jason is a fucking weapon. I messaged him, when was it? Like 2 days ago. I was just messaging him about something bread related for a little project I've been looking at, and he's like, fucking without even thinking, he's like, done. Like, boom, done. He's a very nice dude.
Yeah, he's cool. Well, when I went there, I went up there to meet Grant and him with my mum, and she looks after my little fella Gus on Thursdays. And so we like had feed out there and whatnot, and he like let me come in and show Gus around because he loves like seeing all people making pizzas
behind
and shit
the
like
scenes.
That. Yeah, so we were like showing him where the donut that he just had plastered all over his face, like that was getting made here, and fuck, that burp was good, man.
It was good, eh?
Fuck, we did. What have you eaten?
Lamb.
Met West?
No, I ate lamb.
Greek shit. It smells very Greek.
No, it was it does, bro. I ate these lamb ribs
hell.
and they got me so good.
Oh, they got me good too, mate.
Do you know what?
Cheers,
You could clear out your nostrils. Perfect segue. Perfect segue.
It was very like that.
You haven't tried the smelling salts before?
No.
He was trying to he wanted to save it for the camera.
Yeah. I have to try. You should make this a ritual. I actually like it.
It's so
it's
good.
Not as bad as what I thought.
No, this one's dying in the arse a bit.
I don't understand why that makes you do something. Like, I don't feel like I'm going to lift the table up or anything.
When I first did it, when it was really strong, it fucking gives you a good rush. That one's a pretty weak one though.
I only got one nostril. This is nostril, like, because I broke my nose once and
it's gone.
So I only got a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit underwhelmed.
Underwhelmed?
Yeah.
I'll get a better one in for you next time. So the mushroom business, how is the world of mushrooms at the moment?
Yeah, it's good. Like, I've been a bit quiet. Haven't been doing as much as what I was. Like, I had a few quiet months with some health gear and whatnot. So just getting back into it at the moment. Firing things up again. Got what have we got coming up? Well, we had the Tasting Australia thing in May, which was good. Like, that was good.
Yeah, that at the Lair, yeah.
At the Lair, so we had that with Aaron and...
Was that just a cooking demo?
So it was like a partially showing them how to grow and just teaching them about the mushrooms, like the life cycle and how like the indoor farms work and whatnot, and then him doing live demos and then getting to taste like, 5, 6... I've got a little follow-up then. It's like when you have other things and like you get like little gifts like, hanging on or as and yeah, so that was good. And then giving them a kit and they go home and then grow their own stuff and they get recipe cards and shit. So that was cool. That sold out pretty early. So I'll probably do that again next year. I'm going to have some courses soon at the Lair. And hopefully start the markets soon, so like Saturday morning markets. Got a coffee machine.
Not the Central? Or?
Nah, like in my shed.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got a dude that runs his pottery courses out of there. Does classes. The pottery shed. Rodrigo, shout out to him. He's a legend. He's an all-round good guy. You should check that. Anyone who's watching who wants to impress their missus or something, get a pottery course. So like. He takes you through how to like make, like little pots and...
Was that movie?
Ghost. Yeah.
It's like Ghost.
Yeah, you're definitely going to get... If you get that, you'll get laid, 100%.
And he runs them out of the Lair, like rents the space out?
Yeah, so like the main area where we have like where we had the gig and all that sort of stuff, like if I'm not having something on there, he's got all his pottery rules and shit like straight down the middle of that. And he's there pretty much every night during the week.
I fucking love a good bit of pottery. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or gayer, but I fucking like a lot of...
Probably a combination of both.
Bit of both.
Yeah. Definitely as you're older, you start liking these weird things, man. Like, I've noticed that lately. Like, it's hard to deal with. Like, I'm just trying to accept it.
I watched like 2 hours on YouTube of an old man building a wood oven. I just love it.
Yeah. I think because you appreciate how hard shit is. Like,
when
you're younger, you just sort of like, you don't give a fuck. Like, the things are just there. And when you get older, you like... pay attention a bit more. That's what I reckon. So
he runs classes out of there every week or every month?
Well, I think I'm going to say there's like monthly courses. So you go there, I'm not sure if it's like once a week, every week for 4 weeks, or whether it's multiple nights a week. Right. There's different levels, I know that. So there's like a beginner one, which you might go there once a week, for consecutive weeks. And he takes you through the basics, like, to make a bowl or a vase or I don't know, whatever. And then I think he's just started ones that are a little bit more in depth, where like it takes you through whatever the next stages are, or something a little bit more intricate. And yeah, like for what they are, like they're affordable. I couldn't tell you prices, like, but yeah, it's definitely like good value. I always see the people there, like they're always having fun and laughing and smiling, and you end up getting like some cool stuff to take home. So the potter's shed, it's called. It's worth looking up.
The pottery shed.
Definitely get you laid, like misses, like Valentine's Day, birthdays, Christmas, even Mother's Day. Like, you tell your dad to buy it for your mothers.
That's a fucking fail-proof gift, that one.
Yeah, for sure. So that's there. But yeah, so in that space, like we move that out when we have the gigs, and then so if we have the markets, we've still got space at the front for markets and
the markets will be solely you or other people as well.
The big sort of grand plan when I first got the place, like, it was to get all different people in, like, get a baker, get a bagel person, get this and that. But I don't know, I just don't know if I got the bandwidth to fuck around and like coordinate all that. So I think it'll be like just the Mushies, like fresh, like a farm gate. How like in the hills they got farm gates or cellar doors or whatever, just a farm gate. And then, potentially just get things in from people like maybe like people like Jace, if I don't know if they sell vanilla slices wholesale. I've got mates that do bagels, like just at least have a few little add-ons that people can get as well. And then work on having like some mushroom products as well, like pickled mushies and dried mushies and mushy stocks and rubs and powders and, you know, all that sort of stuff.
You don't do any lines like that, do you?
No, it's been on the wish list for ages, but I just never get around to it because you're just sort of chasing your tail doing growing the actual mushies. So I
was going to say, if you like brought a chef on board and gave them like 50% of the profit and you 50% to grow the mushroom. You could do some like cool lines, like even like dried mushroom blends, fucking stocks, like you said, pickled.
Yeah. Well, those like the dried things are like no-brainers because that's easy. Like you can just dehydrate it, blitz it, and then, you know, they add the salt and whatever the magic herbs and spices are.
I just went to Drake's down the road actually quickly to get some lunch, and they had like mushroom exo sauce.
Yeah.
Fucking delicious.
Yeah. Well, the whiz, like Dwayne, the dude that was one of the chefs at the first collision courses, I call him the whiz because he's always making like, you know, crazy food shit that I've never heard of before. He does a mushroom tamari, so it's like a soy sauce made of like based off mushrooms, but it's got all that taste, but it's just nowhere near as salty.
Yeah.
But it's probably like the favourite soy sort of thing I've ever tasted. So we've spoken about doing what you said, like doing like little joint projects and stuff. There's other chefs who make like mushroom ketchup, which I'd never heard of.
Yeah,
which
mushroom
is like
ketchup
super tasty as well.
The only thing then you need someone to sell it to like your markets, because you haven't thought about going to like Parafield fucking.
Nah, like I sort of made that decision pretty early on. Like I was looking at the Central Market, not the Central Market, the Adelaide Farmers Market when they didn't have mushroom people there, and I was sort of like looked at the prices. It's pretty expensive. You definitely make your money back, but like I was just looking at all the rules. Like you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't. Like I'm like, I don't know if I've started my own business to like
have some cunts too.
Bursted, yeah. And I don't want to get up that early, man. Let's face it. Like, I'm not going to be getting up at fucking 4 a.m. every Sunday
to go sell mushrooms
the whole year. No.
Yeah.
Like, I was honest with myself. Like, you know, if I had done this business 30 years ago, I probably would have kidded myself and like paid all this money and fucked it up. But like, I was just like, nah, man.
The Central Market should be expensive as fuck, I imagine.
Well, you can't even get in there. Like, that dude's got a monopoly. I think we spoke about that.
The mushroom man.
Yeah. He's like the Don.
The Don of Portuguese.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you go foraging for shit?
I just like the last 2 years I've just started. Like I don't know much about it. Like I've never bothered to learn heaps about it, but I do go.
Just pick any.
Just
sell them.
what could go wrong, mate? What could go wrong? The pineys, like I like getting pine.
Pineys are fucking.
I reckon they're tasty, man. I like them more than porcinis.
They're fucking expensive as well. I remember because we used to get them when we were kids, and Mum and Dad being wogs, because they were free, we just used to get heaps of them.
Yeah.
And no one else used to fucking eat them, and because we just barbecue them or flour them and fry them.
They're good by themselves, man. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
And they're hell meaty.
Yeah.
And you take them in, and cunts are like, I've never even heard of these. It's like,
there's like truckloads of them that just go to waste on the hills, like everywhere, like tons and tons. Must just like
they're meaty as fuck.
They're good, man.
Hell good substitute for veggies and shit.
They're like I don't know, like you say, if you like a normal oyster mushy is like pretty. Well, the ones you buy from the shop are terrible and floppy, but like if you get nice fresh ones from like me or like a local grower, like they do have some texture. But then you got like king oysters, which are like pretty hard. They're like porcinis, like, you know, it's pretty solid, keep their form. But those pines are like that, like they're super.
Yeah, they'd be similar
dense,
to a king oyster, I'd say.
Yeah.
Maybe the stem isn't as dense, but like the actual top of it is pretty dense.
Yeah, but like if you slice the top like that,
delicious.
Fry it, like it keeps its shape.
Yeah,
it might, you know, obviously shrink in a little bit, but it doesn't like sort of frizzle away to nothing like some mushies do. It's I reckon they're awesome. Yeah, you see people charging like $40.
You can get porcinis in Adelaide Hills, can't you?
Yeah,
but they'd obviously be like, you wouldn't be able to go forage them.
You can. Lots of people forage them, but I think from what I can gather, like a lot of people like sneak into people's private property and stuff, like backyards and paddocks. And
they're not that fucking good.
I think they're nice, but I think they're super overrated. Like,
that's the same as what I feel about truffle.
Yeah.
Like,
I
truffle's
don't
amazing,
Yeah.
but
It's not like...
I wouldn't fucking...
No.
I wouldn't go crazy over it, no.
Well, the way people carry on about it is like a bit like, oh, come on. It's like a Louis Vuitton handbag. It's like, it's just a handbag.
You can't replicate... The only thing with truffle is you can't replicate it. It's very distinctive.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just not our thing, but I think it's a bit of a wank. I don't know.
Yeah. When I was working in Sydney in the Blue Mountains, we opened up...
That's that cult.
Yeah, the cult. I was at a cult. And we opened up truffle season for Canberra, and they donated us like fucking $30,000 worth of truffles. And the whole week's menu...
What was that, like a little sandwich bag?
Oh, it was no, we had fucking so many truffles, bro. And we had a menu changed every day, but the whole week, every dish consisted of truffle.
Yeah.
And it was getting to the point where we were that sick of truffle, I'd like pick up a truffle and I'd just bite into it like an apple and fucking throw half the cunt out. My shit smelled like truffle for a week. But it's like it's nice, but I wouldn't. It's not a main character kind of food for me.
Nah, I guess
pickled mushrooms are fucking bullshit good.
What sort? Like,
pickled mushrooms.
Just any mushy.
I don't know. Gnocchis apparently are pretty nice, but they break down.
Yeah, like when I first started growing them, so like where I live in Woodville, so it's me. I remember, like I said, I grew up, like all my mates are Italian, so there's me and then 4 or 5 houses like in a row, like of all the same family. So like they have these like little enclaves, and like my best mate's dad, I gave him some mushies. So it was just like I had no customers, I just had bulk mushies, and I remember him took them out to the back shed and pickled them. Like he did whatever he did to him and pickled them. And I come back a couple of days or however long later to try it, and they were epic. Like they was super nice. And then anyone that's ever tried since like hasn't been able to get it the same. Like he hasn't done it the same. And
that's wogs for you.
Yeah, but that's like probably the thing that I want to do the most. I feel like a pickled mushy thing would work well as like an antipasto thing for like all the vegans and the vegos, like to have on those platters and shit.
Mushroom products are fucking hot at the moment, man.
Yeah, I know. That's
mushroom
why I
products
want to try and get my shit together.
Mushroom products are fucking hot, especially you just put lion's mane in front of anything and everyone thinks it cures cancer.
Yeah.
You could even use that as a slogan.
Hey, a lot of these supplements, like a lot of the extract places, I mean, they make some wild claims. Like
we were talking before about obviously the biggest one is like fucking that life cycle. Yeah. I cannot go on fucking Instagram without some UFC fighter or professional fucking athlete sitting down and talking about lifestyle.
Imagine how much shit they must sell, like to be able to pay for all these people, man.
They've got some massive names on their marketing thing.
And I think their shit is not even that good.
It's probably a byproduct as well. It's not like they wouldn't just be growing lion's mane for it.
I don't know. Like, could you hear like as a mushroom grower, because they're Australian. That's an Australian company.
Sponsor me.
No. No, man. I don't know. They don't have a very good name amongst like mushroom people.
Do you grow lion's mane?
Yeah, I grow.
What does it wholesale for?
So I grow. Yeah, I sell them like to restaurants for $50 a kilo.
That's pretty expensive mushroom.
Yeah. Well,
are they dense? They're very dense.
Yeah, they're dense. So like
that'd be a kilo.
Say like a mini basketball, like the little basketball size. That'd be about 500 grams, 600 grams. Roughly.
I've never tried a lion's mane.
Yeah, they can be really good, but I don't know. Like for the longest time, I thought they were terrible. Like me cooking them, they were shit. I didn't like them. They just had a weird taste. They don't taste like any other mushroom.
What is it, like a bitter taste? Like too earthy?
Nah, it's not earthy. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it, man. It's just different. But like the ways I've had it, which are really good, like I've had people like turn them into nuggets, like just tear them and then like coat them and fry them. They make really good nuggets. Squashing them down, like you compress them like in the pan, so like you just have like 2 pans like with a bit of water and like get all the water out of the mushy, so like you sort of boil it in its own juices and then it will just flatten down and it actually looks like a chicken sort of breast size thing. Oops, sorry. And then they'll like treat it like a steak, like they'll either baste it or like cook it over coals or like whatever and then slice it up, and that comes up really good. Like that's super tasty. And it's still not like a mushroom. Like it doesn't taste like mushroom to me, and like it's the only thing that I can think of where I've tried it and can make it similar to something is when a dude he'd cooked like a beef cheek and like a lion's mane, like side by side. Not in the same pan, like one pan here, one pan there, and like they do that. What's the thing where you just like constantly tip the juices over it?
Oh, just so like glaze it.
Yeah, like just like
cooking.
Yeah. Doing that.
Based.
Yeah, and then that like it tasted like almost the same as the beef cheek, man. Like
really
same texture, like that sort of melty,
collagen-y fucking.
Yeah, like melty, not slimy, but like melty.
Fatty.
It doesn't melt in your mouth like fat does. Like the fat melts and disintegrates sort of thing, but it melts, but it's still there.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
It doesn't have the fat content.
Yeah,
but
like
it
doesn't dissipate. Like it melts. So like it is a different sensation. Like it is like something that is nice if you like that sort of thing. But for the longest time, that was the thing I didn't like about it, because some people don't like that sort of.
So it's a fairly good meat replacement.
I think it is, man. Like especially if you squash it down, like and do that method, like.
So you squash it down first and get all the moisture out.
Yeah,
and then
so
you
like in a
cook
pan. So if anyone wants to look it up online, like there's like a guy in America called Derek Sarno. So it's like Derek Sarno. And he's like, I think he's Wicked Kitchen is his like YouTube channel, and he's like the guru. Like he just does all the meat replacements like for mushrooms. So he's got all these techniques of like squashing them down and basting them and barbecuing them and like treating them like how you would basically treat a steak, with the exception of the squashing part. But like the lion's mane, like squashing it down, it is like solid, man. Like it becomes like super dense, but you still bite through it. Like it's not like hard, like oh fuck, like it's like a caramel bar or something.
Just
like,
meaty.
Like, yeah, like you bite through it, and it's similar to like a chicken sort of texture, and it looks like when you bite through it, it looks like chicken and fish kind of looking. So,
I thought you were fucking veggie or vegan for ages, eh?
God no, man. I kind of like want to try, like you know, like as a little test, like to do it for like a week or a month or something. But I just find it super boring. I just don't know. I like.
It's hard to eat. It's harder to eat healthy as a vegan than people actually think. Like,
I don't know, is it?
Yeah,
no, I don't know.
A lot of vegan food's not great for you.
The vegan products.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Yeah. So like,
but if you just have like vegan food and you just make your own shit, like it's pretty.
It's fucking time consuming as well.
Yeah.
It's not easy making vegan shit.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a hard lifestyle.
Well, so like the dude that's the DJ at the next collision course is Inkswell. So Jules, shout out Jules, he's a legend. He's helped me heaps, but he's like super, been around forever. Like very prolific producer, has done stuff here, overseas. DJ, his missus, all super prolific in like local music scene, but they're vegan, like, and pretty staunch. Like they love it. Like
they're staunch vegans.
Stuff. Well, when I say staunch, like they really believe in it. Like it's, you know, like it's something that they're very passionate about. Like they're always like sharing, you know, shit on their stories and whatnot. So like now that I try to be open to like things just to learn, not to like get fucking brainwashed or anything, but like if it's interesting, like I'll give it the time of day sort of thing. So like I started like watching a lot of this stuff, and there is like lots of good food, like lots of tasty food and like lots of recipes and stuff that I'll probably never do, but like I never knew about. Like so, like I think it is super possible to have like tasty food. And
I'd find it harder to stop eating fish than red meat.
Yeah.
I fucking love fish.
I like. What do I like?
Well, and I love like cured meats. Like, like
ham and
prosciuttos
stuff like
and fucking pork products.
That's probably like the anti-vegan thing. That's probably like the most hated.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's so good. I love it too. I don't know. I just can't. And bacon.
I can see why people are vegan. I don't, because I enjoy hunting, and I love shooting.
All right, so, this is a weird thing. You keep going.
I was just saying, I don't think there's a lot of meat eaters that would be willing to kill an animal.
A lot definitely change their tune when they see it. And a lot from the things and the stories I listen to, like, I think a lot of people, like the new people, because it is a growing thing, more and more people are becoming vegan and veggie. I think it is due to the internet now that these stories and stuff are being like shared.
Factory farming's horrible.
Yeah,
it's
it's
terrible.
disgusting. Like all these people that break into farms and show the actual like how it happens. And like you said, like a lot of people are happy to just open up the packet and eat shit, but they don't ever like take the time to think like that's an animal, or like that had its throat slit, or that was fucking.
When you're getting it from Woolies, you look at a pack of mincemeat.
Yeah.
That mincemeat has 7 different fucking cows in it,
and arseholes and fingers and ears and eyes.
So I reckon if you hunt for your own meat ethically and you fucking eat the cunt, I don't reckon there's anything anyone should be able to say about it.
No, I agree 100%, and that's what I was going to say when I tried to interrupt you. Is like I grew up like shooting like with Dad. Like we used to go. Probably the first time I can remember is going to like out near Yunta somewhere. This was like before Khaleesi virus came, like that.
The one that wiped out all the
virus.
fucking rabbits.
So there was this was maybe I want to say mid-90s. Like I don't know. I reckon I was about 10. Like I was little.
Khaleesi would have been like mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
Or early 2000s.
It was just before. It was just before that, because I remember we went there one time and then we went there just after it, and it was like light and day. So like the first time we went there, say I was 10, just for an example, and we'd always gone fishing and stuff, so I'd seen like I knew guts and blood and whatnot. But I remember going shooting my first rabbit. Like Dad gave me a 22, so I had my own little gun, like with a little peep sight. I fucking loved it, man. Like, it was the best. Like even like the farmers there, like the roos were in plague proportions. So like they were telling us like to shoot the roos as well, because they were like destroying fences. They were like, there was all sorts, and it was just never a problem. Growing up, like later, we lived up in Port Augusta, like up in the Flinders. We always used to go shooting goats. Same story, like the goats are like an invasive pest.
Fucking
like
delicious
they fuck up
pests.
Yeah. So we would always go shooting goats, like 10 times a year, 12 times, like lots of times.
But the animal tastes better, like when you have the memory of the animal and you're eating it. It's not just like a.
No, I don't know. I don't see. I'd avoid that. Like I don't. That's the only time I feel weird about it, is if I think about it.
Really, I find that when you're eating something that you've killed, you have like a fonder memory of it. So it's not just like you're not just stuffing your face with this random fucking thing.
Yeah. No.
And it's also a memory, like say if you're eating it with your dad or something, it's like, oh, fucking remember when you tripped over that rock and almost shot yourself in the asshole.
Yeah. I've definitely got some like wild like stories that I tell like with me and like the young like my mates, because we all used to go shooting with like all those Italian families.
Would you take your young bloke shooting?
This is where this story's leading. So like after all that, growing up around it, thinking it's nothing, like teasing people that didn't like it, like, and just being like, if you don't like that sort of stuff, you're a fucking weirdo. What are you on about? Tree hugger, blah blah blah. Now I'm still eat meat. Like I still would go shooting with Dad and stuff, but now I've got a 3-year-old. The other day we went to my mate a couple of doors down from Mum and Dad's. They were doing the pig. So like in winter, like they kill the pig and make the salamis and do all that stuff still. And I was like, said to Mum and Dad, because she was looking after Gus that day, I was like, I'm going to take him down to do the pig. And as I'm walking there, like I was just thinking like, he's never seen this stuff before.
Oh.
So like you go in there and it's like 5 or 6 tables and it's just like butchered, it's just carcass. Like, they've been chopped into pieces. They haven't been like processed yet, but it's just like a leg, like a thigh, like a head, like, all that. And I'm thinking, oh fuck, like what do I do? Like it was like I felt a way that I thought I would never felt, and I was like, what's going on? Like I didn't know what was going on, because I was like, this is normal, like this is like, why am I feeling like this? Like, and I almost didn't want him to see it. And I'm like, but I saw it. Like, my dad did it. To see it. Yeah, I know. And then I was like, what's going to happen? Like, is he? I just looked at it at a totally different way, because I felt like he's only ever seen like animals as, oh, this is cute, we pat this, like, this is in stories, like, oh look, there's a pig, there's a whatever. And anyway, so like, I thought, fuck it, we just got to do it. Like, I did it, I'm fine ish. Dad did it, so we walked in there and he's like, points at me, he points at that and he goes, oh Daddy, T-Rex food.
Oh.
And I was like, all right, that's a win. Fuck. Yeah, that's a win. He's like, T-Rexes eat that, and I was like, Spinos eat that, and he's like just started naming dinosaurs. So I was like, all right, cool. Like,
That's a win.
Yeah, Yeah, but it's interesting how like I don't know, like I would just never would have thought that I would have changed like that.
I think people have like this image of people that enjoy hunting in their head of hunters that like they just go out and drink beers and shoot anything that fucking moves and then laugh about it.
Yeah, smear the blood on your face.
It's actually really fucking upsetting killing an animal's like it's not. It doesn't. It's killer when you make the shot, but then you do feel fucking a little bit bad.
I don't.
We eat everything we kill, so it doesn't really make a difference for us. But like, there's this bloke I want to get on the podcast. He's got a big YouTube channel up in Mount Gambier. His name's Jake Nichols or Nicholson. He's a professional hunter. And he loves hunting deer. He's on like the deer committees and shit. And in South Australia, there's no crown land. It's fucking impossible to hunt here. Yeah. Especially deer. It's fucking impossible to hunt deer.
Yeah.
But
there's quite a few up in the hills apparently.
Hundreds. Yeah. But the government in Adelaide, they hire people from New Zealand to come here in helicopters and shoot them with machine guns and choppers. So, and this bloke's gone in the field to go hunting, and he made the advertiser with his pictures because he went to go hunting, and there's fucking like 200 half-dead deer with bullet wounds still alive, little baby ones fucking 2 days old with a bullet in their leg just stuck there, and it's like, you can't fucking just charge us $100 and let us hunt these fucking deer and take the money, but like instead they get people in helicopters. They did it in fucking Kaipo Forest.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's very big in New Zealand and America where they'll go helicopter shooting and they'll get machine guns and hunt things down. But in Adelaide, we got fucking so many deer, but you can't shoot them.
I think they do it up in the Northern Territory, up north with camels
and shit,
brumbies and stuff.
In NT, apparently you're allowed to shoot as many camels as you can see. Yeah. Because fuck, I didn't even know we had camel.
Yeah. But I know they like use like the helicopters to round goats up and stuff, but not shooting them. Like they round them up because the goats like were more per head than the sheep for a while. So like a lot of the farmers that we knew, we had to like limit the shooting we were doing because they were able to just round up these feral animals and they were getting more than what they could for the sheep. But I think that's changing. I think the sheep are...
When's the last time you went shooting?
I'm going to say about 2-3 years ago.
Hunting or just shooting?
Well, I don't go shooting, I go hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, it would be a good 2 or 3 years ago, like, probably, yeah. Maybe longer, man. 4 years.
Do you have family with property up from
we just
Port
like
Augusta and stuff?
Nah, we just knew like people. We got like knew a couple of different farmers. Like we got a farm that we go to out near Barada in the southern Flinders, which is just like I've never gone there and not got goats. Like
there'll be goats and roos,
and
maybe some foxes.
Yeah, foxes. Every once in a while, you get like a big feral cat. Saw a cool doco about feral cats the other day.
They're little they little cunts, aren't they?
They're not little, man. They grow like big. That's why they get these like weird, like they think there's pumas and shit. Like you hear these like myths and stuff.
I fucking swear there's pumas in Australia.
These cats get that big, bro. These cats get that big. These cats get
like
huge.
a dog size.
Bigger.
Really?
The farmer said that he's had border collies and the cat was bigger than his border collies.
That's a fucking line. Like
the cat. Because I don't know what it is, but like I watched this within the last week. Yeah, and the cats they.
Did you watch it on YouTube?
Probably either that or ABC because I watch old people shit now.
You watch the news?
SBS. I don't watch the news. Nah, I don't. What for, man? The news just tells fibs.
When you start watching TV, that's when you start just looking at the homepage of pornography pages. You don't want to browse too much. You just pick a good video.
Nah, the news is terrible, man. The news is just all crazy stories of shit that's bad, that went wrong. Half of it's not real.
Fuck, I'd say more than half.
Most of it, and there's only one side. Like you can see it now. Like they don't report things evenly. Like it's all you can go. Oh yeah, you're coming at it from this angle, that angle. So why fucking watch it? I just don't watch it. I think it poisons people.
It's fucking gross. When I went to Drake's today, shout out to Drake's, you pack of dickheads. When I went there today, I was like, I actually don't know how people can afford to eat.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, when I was coming here, I asked you, like, what beer you want me to bring you? I was going to get you a 6-pack of Corona. The 6-pack of Corona was $38.
Are you fucking kidding me?
$38.
I got 5 of them and they will sell them.
$38. That's why I got you the Peronis. I said that.
He's going to leave the Peronis here and take the Coronas.
Well, like the Peronis that are like the red ones, the imported ones. I'm like,
are these how cheap? How much were they? They're nice.
for the 3-pack, it was $10.
It's $20 for a sixer. Oh, no, wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah, $20 for 6. So
that's so fucking, even that though,
well,
that's
even that's
wild,
bullshit.
isn't it?
Well, I can handle that, but I can't handle 30 plus.
Carton of Ted's was $28 when I was fucking growing up.
A 6-pack, if it's a 6-pack and it's $30, I expect it to be 8% from like Prancing Pony, like the red IPA or something like that.
It's got to have fancy packaging.
Something where you're only going to need the 6-pack.
Yeah.
Like,
oh man, there was what was it? Spring onions were like $6.
yeah.
It cost me $100 to buy just standard groceries.
Yeah. We go and it's just like you buy nothing, you get one bag and it's you crack a hundred.
It's fucking crazy though. I don't know how like families do it. I'm just buying shit for myself.
Yeah. I don't get it either. And like the petrol's gone down like lately
Has
as
it?
well. Like because it was always my shit was over $2. Yeah, and that was always the reason they were saying shit had went up. Now it's like 170, 180, but the prices are up again.
Do you know what's hilarious? That's how you know you've been fucking groomed, because you think $1.70 is cheap. How crazy is that? Yeah. What are you getting? Just normal unleaded?
On diesel.
Your diesel.
Yeah.
Diesel used to be fucking cheap.
Cheap, man. It used to be
it's a
way
byproduct
cheaper.
of fucking petrol.
Yeah. And then for like the longest time, it's been more expensive.
What's gas these days? Remember when everyone was converting their shit to gas?
I remember like when cars would get burnt out, they'd fuck.
Is that up to $1?
I've got no idea, bro.
I wouldn't even know. Does anyone use gas anymore? Fuck.
I've not seen it.
My car's a beast, bro. Once a month, $50.
Really? Mm-hmm. You just don't leave your house, so you must just be in the den here doing podcasts.
No, I drive to work and back every day, which is down the road. I don't even register my car half the time.
That's crazy. $50 a month.
Yeah, a month.
That's wild.
I've lied. That thing runs on fumes, though. It can be on empty for a week.
Yeah. That's crazy. I've run out of petrol a couple of times lately, and I'm like, that's bad. Because I've just been like in between, like waiting for people to pay me, and had heaps of bills and shit, and the light comes on. I'm like, I'm not asking my missus to get money for petrol. Runs out. Yes, I am.
Just starts trying to stuff a fucking lion's mane in there.
It's fucking bad, man.
The miracle mushroom.
Heaps of places getting shut down, like so many cafes and restaurants.
I was going to just say cafes.
Really bad.
Down here.
Good ones too, like not just like crazy ones, like long-time ones. Yeah.
That fish restaurant in Mountain Bark.
Angler.
Is it Angler?
Yeah, I know that's in Sterling.
Angler. Yeah, I went to his spot in the Central Markets. It was okay. But
they got a little spot there as well.
They did. Yeah. They do, but I did hear the Sterling store's very nice.
Yeah, I only went there like once or twice. Like
odd a place for it.
Well, not really. Like
Sterling's pretty uppity, I guess. The pub's beautiful there.
If anyone's going to spend extra money, it's got to be some.
Do it in Morphevale.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's got money down here now.
As soon as I turned off that road, bro, coming through here, I could just like get flashbacks of Port Augusta.
This is good down here.
So when I was, I'm not even going to say what I saw. I saw these dudes like with a big TV, like on a trolley jack, like walking down the street. I'm like, yeah, that's totally normal. Like you don't see that anywhere else.
It's the fucking South, man.
Yeah.
This place has made so many people so much money because we all bought these houses for $10 15 years ago.
It's a good spot, man. There's so much cool stuff down here.
Oh, it's cool. It's just it just depends how close you want to be to the city.
Yeah.
And I would never leave the South, but the only thing that I would leave the South for, we don't have as much culture down here, so we don't have the food.
No.
We got great food, but we don't have like Hanson Road or like Arndale or we don't have Prospect Road. No, sort of we don't have Afghan food down here.
No,
there's no Afghan food down here.
It's all like white shit.
Oh, there's nice food. It's just we don't have Afghan food. We don't have African food. We don't have. There's just heaps we don't have.
Yeah, and then see that from there to wineries where it's the other end. There's no sort of in between.
No, there's no middle ground. There's no middle ground really.
Yeah.
It's either nice lower end food,
Yeah.
or really nice higher end food.
Yeah.
There's no like middle. You can't just go and get fucking $40 worth of Afghan food and be happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
But
it's not the worst thing to fucking worry about.
yeah, there's only white people down here. It's fucking crazy. I'm as dark as they get around these parts.
I went to Churchill Road, like in Kilburn, the other day. I didn't see another white dude like the whole time. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Like, there's some areas where it's like, I remember when I lived in Sydney. So like, I lived in like Bellevue Hill, which is like the east, sort of near Bondi.
Bellevue,
Bellevue Hill, it's called. Like, it's near Bondi Road. Like, it's the
spot.
It's probably like the Unley Parky sort of like area, but it's like on the beach. Like, and this is as a renter, mind you, like just a pleb. Like, but it was a nice spot. And you go out into the west, man. And it's like being in a different country. Like, it was like,
I went to Bankstown once. It was fucking
yeah,
terrible.
man. I was in Auburn. Was it Auburn or Granville? I don't know, like Auburn or Granville or something like that. And it's like, I don't know. It's probably one of the only times where I felt like you might get just bashed up, just like during the middle of the day.
Sydney's like everyone who's been to Sydney obviously would have just probably been to the CBD. Sydney, the suburbs, some of them are a fucking jungle.
Oh man,
Like
crazy.
it's wild. It doesn't feel like you're in Australia.
No.
It feels like, oh my god, I'm in Los Angeles right now, or Detroit, and I'm about to get fucking shot.
Yeah. No,
Bankstown's not even the worst one. It's just got it's got a big name because a lot of like rap comes out of there, and a lot of like famous people come out of there. But Bankstown is nowhere near like Mount Druitt's fucked.
Yeah.
Mount Druitt's fucked.
Yeah. It's some pretty rough areas, man.
I don't even know what they're saying when they talk, bro. There's one of them came into the gym one day, and this new kid, and he was a fucking weapon, and he was a little ranger, and he was talking to me, and I was like, oh, he sounds Eastern European or some shit. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I went up to the owner of the gym. I was like, where did you find this cunt? He's like, he's from fucking Mount Druitt, bro. He's like, he's Australian as fuck. He just doesn't speak our language, and I'm like, that's fair.
That's crazy.
That's like people can't understand us from Adelaide.
Yeah, they
Because
reckon
we're slow.
When I went to New Zealand, like, and where else was I? In Ireland, people thought I was British, like the way I talk. I'm like, I don't get that at all. Like, I don't understand. In Queensland as well, I had people think I was a pom, and I'm like, I don't know. Like,
Down the road from you, cunt.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't speak like very well at all. Like,
We sound the most Australian, I feel.
yeah, I know.
We got the most pure Australian accent, unless you're born in like Henley Beach.
Yeah. No, I'm not born there. I live there.
You live in Henley.
Yeah.
You live in Henley
You
currently.
fucking dissing my hood, cunt.
Currently, you live in Henley
Yeah,
Beach.
yeah.
And you can't pay for petrol.
I live in my missus' house, bro. I'm a mushroom farmer. Running hip hop events for fucking peanuts. What are you on about?
It's a nice fucking area, Henley.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good spot.
He's got full of Maccas there.
Hey?
He's got full of Maccas just
Full
up
of
the
Maccas,
road.
Yeah. It's a good spot. I like it.
The only thing I don't like about Henley is I feel... Oh, do you know what? It's the same everywhere in fucking Australia. Whenever you get a nice coastal part of Australia, the food is always shit.
Hey?
Like, like when you go to, say you go to... Yes, please. Say you go to Glenelg on the wharf, would you not expect the food on the marina to all be immaculate?
Yeah.
Because it's such an immaculate fucking location.
Yeah.
It's always shit food. Same as Henley Beach. I haven't been to Henley in years though, so I don't know what's popping off there now. I know they got that Mia Margarita and shit, but it just looks like average food to me.
Yeah. Glenelg has been underserviced since forever.
It's so fucking nice, bro. Yeah. But then you go there and there's literally on the marina, there is not one nice place to eat.
Yeah. I haven't been there for a long time, so I can't talk about what's now. But yeah, I definitely think it's been underutilised, and most of our coastline is, man. Like until recently, like
it's like you come down to this part of South Australia, like from Moana, or no, not even from O'Sullivan's Beach to fucking Victor Harbour. It's the nicest coastline in South Australia, and there's just nothing going on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's only been like the last year or two, like where finally, what's down south there, the one at Aldinga, Silver Sands. Beach Club has been like done up and it's nice. So
apparently it's fucking phenomenal there.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good.
I used to work at the Star of Greece on in Wollonga, Port Wollonga, and that's nice, but
it needs to be like not every, so like Star of Greece to me like is amazing, but it's not like you can just go there all the time.
Nah, you wouldn't.
It's like for special occasions.
You wouldn't just fucking go there. Yeah. Even like just like when you go to Harvey Bay in Queensland, shit's open there till like 2 a.m. on the marina, on the beachfront, like fish and chip shops, fucking. But they got the population.
Yeah,
we don't. We got 7 people that live down there.
Yeah, it's funny area. Like Henley Beach is good now, I think. Like there's what is that? There's Henley, which is upstairs there, which is a nice place. Semaphore is like more like not really like fancy food, just more like fish and chips to me. Like like more family, more traditional Aussie stuff. It's probably like closer to what you were saying about here, like where it's just more.
West Beach has fuck all, doesn't it?
Yeah, and next to nothing. So like, they've just had their surf life saving club done up, which is on the water, which is like another thing which has been a long time coming. But I don't think they've utilised that like as good as what it could be. Like it's literally like on the rocks on the beach. Like you would think that would be something that would be like an attraction, like a tourist level kind of restaurant.
I guess it's just such a risk with rent that you have to kind of do something you know is going to work.
Yeah, that's why you see the same shit over and over. Like you see the same like design companies doing the same things. Yes, they're nice, but like it's just like you said. Like I think people definitely play it safe, and you can't afford to fuck around. Like because the margins aren't there. Like people aren't making big bucks in these things. And if they're not running dodgy money through it, and they actually like a proper business and like have to make the money legit, like what are you going to do? You got to do what works. You got to do what the people want. And so, like I guess a lot of the crazy ideas and the different things don't come to fruition.
Yeah,
that's why I've been lucky. Like with these, like if I had a proper restaurant and like a proper place where I was paying rent and like full kitchen and all that, like I couldn't do these crazy weird events where it might work, it might not. Like you'd be fucked straight away. Like you'd be out of business super quick.
So are the tickets for sale at the moment?
Yeah, they're for sale.
They
came out like last week or so. So it's like $55 for the feed and entry. It's on my like the link is on the Instagram and in Facebook and all that. So yeah, we've had like good little flurry to start. So like a lot of the people that, we'll say a lot, like most of the tickets that we've sold have been people that came to the last one who were like, I just messaged them, not people I know, just people that I know came, like the ticket list, just message them saying, look, we're running it back, and they're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, like boom, we're there, like bought the ticket straight away, which is cool, like gives you confidence that you were doing like something cool, and like the last one was good. And like some of the other people, like Hales, I think is going to come as well.
Oh, really?
Like Peeps, like they came to the last one, so as far as I know, they're going to come to the next one as well.
I will buy the ticket after we do this, but I am going to bomb the toilet.
Yeah, I remember we put up the chat. That's all right, mate.
I'll bring a sticker.
Fucking see how you go.
I'll bring a sticker.
I've got about 50 kilos on here, mate. I'm going to put a little camera in there. I won't tell anyone. It'll just be our little secret.
I'm really surprised. I'm not doing it as a challenge as well. I'm just actually very surprised. It's actually very nice of everyone.
Well, that's what they said after the last one. Because I don't know if I was dumb enough. Like, I don't care. I just say whatever. Like, I'm just being myself on the stories and whatever. And I was like, as I was cleaning up, like I did the little tour through the toilet. I was like, out of all the awesome things that happened tonight, I just can't believe these. Like, it's like a brand new toilet. It was the first event we'd had. Clean, beautiful walls that my old man had painted. Not a fucking squiggle on it. I was like, big ups to everyone. Like, I was super impressed. And I had all these messages going, you know what's going to happen the next time you have one.
Oh, did you build that toilet for the
event?
man,
that was just...
Well, you obviously have to when you have a license, like...
I don't know. I don't know what their rules are. Like, they didn't really ask about the toilets, but yeah, that shed was just like just a dungeon, like just a shithole. There was no toilet, no nothing. There was nothing in there, man, just except dirt and spiders and cobwebs, like when we went there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll happen. I expect someone to bomb the toilet, but I'd sort of resigned myself to the fact that it was going to happen. Like,
maybe you'll do it. Maybe you'll have enough beers that you'll be the first one.
I can't. I have no background in graffiti or hand styles or anything, so I wouldn't embarrass myself like that. And I wouldn't want to pretend and be a toy in my own place. That would just be...
How many people was the last one?
So I reckon we would have had like 70 to 80 people there. Sold 60-something tickets. And then you got 10 people who are like involved with working or chefing or the artists. And then probably like another 10 that I just said come along. So yeah, it would have been 70 or 80. It didn't feel like... I don't know, it didn't feel like super packed. So, I think you could probably get away with 100. But I did open up the side doors. So we did have like 20 or 30 people in the car park, like little enclave sort of thing where the artists were painting. So yeah, I'm hoping for like 60 or 70 to this one.
Yeah,
but I don't know, hopefully I think it's Goobsy's birthday set, his support, so I don't know, like surely he's got some friends, surely some of his mates.
Here's a couple. He's making some moves at the moment.
He's been on fire this last couple of weeks.
He has
birthday month,
tearing a fucking asshole into the world at the moment. He did that Claim, is it All Stars?
Yeah, Claim All Stars.
Where he had the best verse on, which is actually not being biased. He fucking killed it.
Was that something people voted on? Or you're just saying you thought
I just, and that's not even me being biased. I watched the whole video and I just think he definitely stood out the most to me.
I haven't watched the whole one. I've only watched his little bits.
He definitely stands out the most.
Yeah. He's definitely, I feel like he's, I don't know, he's definitely like an engaging artist to watch and to listen to. Like, he's my style of hip hop for sure. Like, that's why I asked him.
Have you heard his new song? Body Bags?
No.
Demolition Man. Demolition Man.
Yeah. I watched it. I had the thing set. Yeah, I watched it. It's cool. Good clip too. In Kilburn. Kilburn. I was looking at that shop. I'm like, where do I know that from? He's in. Is he from down this way?
He literally lives... I could throw a rock at his house.
That's what, like when I saw that, I'm like, why is he down here? Like, what's this? Maybe Kirby lives around there or something.
Kirby lives up in those parts.
Yeah. From
memory.
The Badlands. And I was like, what's he fucking doing down here? Like, I don't know him. I don't know him like that. Like,
Have you met
Kirby?
Kirby?
Him less than you. Once or twice. So, like...
He's fucking talented.
Yeah, I was chatting to him at... A Frank, that cafe.
Oh yeah, is that good?
Yeah, it's good, man. It's on Grange Road at Flinders Park.
It's got a studio in it as well, yeah?
Yeah, it's got a studio. Frank, so he's like a local artist as well, Frankie D. Their coffee's really good. Willow Blend, which is like in Queen Street in West Croydon. So like really nice coffee at Willow Blend there. Willow Bend, sorry. But yeah, A Frank is really cool, like nice food, like the paninis and all that sort of shit, like the Italian obviously influence, like from his background. We go there, I go there quite a bit, like that's in my hood, so the coffee's really good, snacks are good. They got this is something cool, so I go there pretty often. They got like one of those old video games where it's got, where they can have like 100 games like from back in the day. So they got Space Invaders, they got Pac-Man, like fucking Donkey Kong, like all those old games in the one machine, but it's free.
Oh, that's a killer.
Yeah, so we go there, like me and Jack Fran, the artist, and he's painting at the next collision courses as well. Me and Jack go there and fuck the Space Invaders up like once or twice a week.
Where is A Frank?
It's on Grange Road at Flinders Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like... Yeah, good spot, good food.
Close to you.
Yeah. But yeah, I met Kirby there, so they had their first birthday like, I don't know, like a week or two ago. So Kirby was doing DJ shit in there and like they had like a little party, like a day long, celebration. So it was actually the first time I'd spoken to him. It's one of those things where you message people online for a while and then like when you see them, you're like, oh fuck, I don't think we've met before. But like you've sort of talked, it's weird. But yeah, so he's supporting Goobsy at this collision courses thing.
Should get a Peeps and Rems show going.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like we sort of spoke about it before. We haven't spoken about
their
it
show
before.
Was good.
Yeah, it was good, man. I really liked it. I liked it. Yeah, I liked Manners and Monots was really cool as well. Like I'd never seen them live.
Yeah.
So it's just levels, man. Like it's just levels. Like I don't know. I hadn't been to many because like they're not old heads, but like they're like been around for say like 10 years.
No, they're all
15.
cunts.
No, but they're not like old cunts like Brad Strutt. Like, sorry, if no, well, I'm an old cunt. I'm their age, but you know what I mean. Like, they're not like the pioneers.
The
they're like
under.
they're second gen or whatever. So, oops. But I hadn't heard that much because I wasn't listening to Aussie hip hop when they were out. Like I was listening to American shit or Corn or something. I don't know. So I like to hear them live. And they were super good. They were like slick with it. That little cunt from down Murray Bridge, Nexty and Bridgie.
Was that the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, he was good, man. So good.
They were good. Yeah. Nexty.
To me, he stood
Bridgie.
out because I didn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah.
And then he started, and I was like, "Oh, this cunt's fucking violating the fucking stage right now."
Yeah, he was cool. They were both good.
They from Murray Bridge.
One of them I liked more than the other one, but both of them.
Nexty was a fucking weapon, bro.
I can't remember which one was which, but they're both really good. And then it was more
good crowd
party
control.
Sort of vibes as well. Like it wasn't just I don't know. Like I'm a bit of a purist, but that one had. I don't know, it was like, you feel like it had evolved, like it was like party, not cursor, sort of like the...
drill.
Yeah, like it was like a nice in between, you know what I mean? Like it was like a getting up and at 'em sort of thing.
You don't really listen to much of the drill,
no,
do you?
I don't rate it, man, I don't like it. I don't listen to it at all, ever. It's just not for me.
Do you listen to much new... You listen to a bit of new stuff, or do you...
Yeah, like new stuff, as in, it's mostly... older artists releasing new stuff.
Shit.
Like I don't know if it's many new, like brand new artists. I don't know. I just seem to gravitate to shit that I can relate to now. Like I don't just listen to it because it sounds good. Like it can sound good, but if it's talking about shit that I'm like not feeling, like I just don't want to fucking hear it. You know, like I'd prefer to listen to like Bloomy Meadows, like talk about fucking trees and bees and like shit that I don't know nothing about, but like I think, hey, he's got it's a cool positive message, you know, or he's like someone like Flip Tricks like messaging rapping about their kids, or like how they used to like fucking get on it like crazy, but now like they're responsible and like trying to, you know, be on the straight and narrow, like and do family shit. Like back in the day I would have thought that was whack and lame, but like now that's me. That's what I do. Like, so that's what I want to listen to, you know.
There's a good what's his name from WA's coming down, Complete.
Yeah, I haven't listened to much of his stuff. Like I like
pretty good.
Like, yeah, he's definitely like super talented. But
it's fucking good.
Yeah, he's coming soon. Wasn't that in September or something?
I'd say September.
Yeah. I did see he was coming. I don't know. Listen, I'd draft. Like I always like draft. Like that's probably like the most like.
Is he still doing the thing?
Yeah, so like the first ever, I started a vinyl collection for Gus, my little boy, like when he was born, and so like his last album, Shadows and Shinings, I think it's called, Shadows and Shinings, something like that, came out like a couple of months after Gus was born. So like I bought that, and like on vinyl, and that was like the first time I'd listened to him for ages, and yeah. He's a good mixture because like some of the shit is like it's a bit commercial, like it's sort of like commercial, but there's still like this more just raw shit on there as well. Like you can tell he's just doing whatever he likes, like for the art. Like it's not like super. I don't know. Like it hasn't lost the grittiness like and the underground stuff. Like he's still got his boys that come on for features, and they still like have tracks about, you know, relatable stuff, and then there's other ones that are more like a Rapunzel or like a fucking, you know, those songs like All Love, like the more boppy sort of commercial ones.
Yeah.
So that's why like I've sort of managed to like, I don't know, like keep following him, whereas a lot of the ones like when in the early 2000s, like when it was that like grittier stuff, like some of them sort of lost that as they got popular, to me anyway.
I think my style of music, I think I just have to come to the conclusion that I don't like rap anymore. I like listening to my friends.
Yeah.
Like I'll fucking put on anything Goobsy puts out, Peeps, Rams, anything Harles tells me to listen to. But besides that, I just don't give a fuck about rap anymore. American rap.
Yeah,
Like,
I've lost myself on American rap. Except for I don't know.
I'm not saying that it's a shit genre.
A little bit sucked into the Kendrick and Drake thing.
I just didn't see even that.
I can't believe that. So the
aged
biggest
on
thing
me
I took
well,
out of
though.
that, man, like I did not know that there was adult men that listened to Drake. I did not know that.
If you are over 23, and I'll also give you some leeway. If you're over 25 and you sit down and you wait for a Drake drop, there is a good chance that you're a homosexual.
I didn't know. I saw people like posting things and stuff, and like I'm like, I did not know that like Drake was like. I know he's a super big like popular
Drake is
artist, but so is Taylor Swift.
Drake is for women, and bisexual men.
I don't know. I just was hella surprised, man. Like that, how many people like listen to his shit. And I'm like,
Drake's huge. Drake's probably he'd be the biggest, one of the biggest artists in the world.
Yeah, I knew that. Like I knew that, and I accept that. But like, commercial music is fucking garbage. Like so like I don't like read into it. Like I don't like say that he's not talented. Like,
Kendrick tore him apart it was like watching a lion play with a fucking a kindergartner.
And I just find it amusing. Like,
did you see the show?
Don't admit it.
Did you see the show where Kendrick performed it live 7 times in a row?
Yeah, bro, I've watched that thing about 10,000 times, man. I just can't stop watching it. I have stopped watching it now.
He just brought out the film clip as well.
Yeah, I love it. I just think I think Kendrick, man, is. I don't believe in top 5s and the like greatest and stuff because like, they're all like offer different things at different times.
I think Kendrick is in anyone who listens to rap music. I feel like he's in every single person's top 10.
No, because some people are just fuckwits and they can't.
Yeah, but they're being purists or they're being.
No, they're not being purists. Like a purist will have him in the top. Well, unless they're from New York.
If Drake's in your top 10 and Kendrick's not, then you got a problem.
Yeah, there's something wrong with them.
Then you like R&B. Drake's, yeah, I don't know.
It's not, man. You cannot have that guy, Drake, like in your top 5 or 10. It's just not.
Well, he doesn't write his own songs.
Bro. He's an actor. Like it's just not real. It's just not even real.
To me,
it's not good.
If you don't write your own music, that immediately puts you out. Bro. Yeah, it's like
you can be in the top 10 performers or entertainers category. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're not fucking
artist.
Yeah, like it's just different, bro. Like you watch that film clip that like people were like wanking on about like first person shooter, like where they're in that like the stadium and stuff. Like, have you seen his like?
No.
Like it's the best thing ever. Man, the Not Like Us film clip and like anything that Kendrick does, it's art. Like it's actual art. Like it's not just a film clip like for the sake of it. Like if you just like look at the lighting, the angles, the fucking just the content of it at all, it's just a different level. Like it's not.
He cares.
Everything's thought out. Yeah. Like, and it's like an album. You know, an album is like the piece of work. Like it's not just a fucking here's a banger and then like here's fucking 6 tracks of filler and here's another banger. Like it's sometimes it might be something that's supposed to listen together. Sometimes it's a collection of different impactful things. Or like it might have a message overall. It might be like lots of different messages. Like it's all done for a reason. It's not fucking. It's like Most Def or who's the dude from Yasin Bey. Is it Most Def? I can't remember. He called Drake like he's like Walmart rap. Like he's like what you hear at the mall.
Yeah, and the media manipulate it so all of his shit goes viral. Yeah, because he's just perfect.
Popularity is not like an indicator of
skill.
I mean, you're good at what you do, but you're not. These are two different things.
See,
not like us. Like that means that it's not like us. It's not the same thing. It's two different things.
Kanye West, to me, one of the best artists of all time.
Yeah, and I don't listen to almost any of his like shit. Probably the last few releases, like I haven't listened.
No,
to
but
early. But I can see him as like he's an artist. Like he thinks about
early 2000s to mid 2000s. Kanye, not the best rapper, but artist wise, he's freak.
Yeah,
he's a freak.
And it's just the world we live in. Like that shit is lost on people. Like it's just the world is dumb and getting dumber, and people don't care. They don't fucking watch it. They don't absorb it.
Even did you listen to Vultures?
What's Vultures?
That was Kanye's last
No,
album.
I haven't listened to him much from him
His last album
lately.
has like, it's good, but there's like 2 songs and it was like, fuck,
It's like killer.
fucking good.
Yeah.
Like he's just fucking
Still
good.
got it.
But it's not just him, right? It's the people he gets in and it's a production value and the hype behind it all.
I'll have this one.
Yeah, that's worth fucking $9. But yeah, I don't know. The older I get, the more I think,
Rap's not for you.
yeah, it's just not for me. I just don't care about, because I used to love gangster rap.
Yeah, that's what I started on. Bro.
I still like. I don't like gangster rap for me. It just doesn't. Like you said, I don't want to listen to shit that I don't have time for, and I don't want to hear about cunts
Shooting
being fucking gangsters. Like it's gay to me now. Like it's cool. How about you go look after your kids?
I think exactly. I reckon it's. I don't know. It's like the whole like Marilyn Manson thing. Like so, like it's like me listening to that when I was younger. Like I'm trying to like look back and think why I liked it so much.
Marilyn Manson, fucking. See, I'd be more prone to listen to Marilyn Manson than I would.
But I like him. But like you look back there and it was like, it's all shock value shit. So like that whole gangster rap shit for me, like
Shock value.
I was in like a nice little white suburb and a nice little white family. Like never seen none of that. So it's like similar concept. I think like you want to see and hear the things that are like that you're not allowed to see, or the things that are different and scary or whatever. And it just so happens that that shit sounds really good. So like you do get attached to it, and I did listen to it for a long time, and I still do appreciate it. But like there's heaps of like American hip hop and stuff that doesn't sing about that stuff. Like Black Thought, fucking oh god, I can't even sing like even like old stuff like Big Daddy Kane, like stuff like that. They don't sing about that shit, man. And that's where like true hip hop came from, you know. But like the gangster rap stuff is still dope. Like you still hear that music every once in a while, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I remember this, and it was still sick. I don't hate it, but I don't know. I'm not running around like listening to.
I like a story to be told.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Yeah, a good story.
Yeah, same. Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be relatable. Like I'm saying, like a lot of the stuff like Yes in Bay and like Black Thought and like all those ones like singing about black struggle or that stuff. I got no idea what that stuff feels like, and I never will. But like I find it interesting, and like I find it as a way of me understanding and like being more tolerant. So like I might not go, oh yeah, you know, word like, you know, we're the same, but like I'll be like, oh, that's, you know, like it helps you understand, and like maybe that helps you, you know, helps people heal, you know, like helps you approach people that you didn't understand before in a different way.
Did you get a taste of racism when you lived in, was it Indonesia?
Not really, man. Like, I don't know.
I copped it a little bit when I was a kid, but I grew up in pretty fucking... lucky my mates were fucking sick cunts, but...
Yeah. Nah, like in Indonesia, we like all sort of got looked after. Like you live like kings over there. Like you get people like laughing at you, like they call you bule. Like bule is like white prick or white, I don't know, like...
Yeah.
You know, foreigner. Like it's like an endearing term. But...
In Japan... There is certain establishments that won't even let you in.
Well, that's what in Japan and
but
Korea and stuff.
I fuck with that because Westerners probably go over there and act like fucking idiots.
Like fuckwits, yeah. That's like in Bali, man. It's embarrassing, bro. Like,
what was that? Was it in Bali that Australian was an Australian man pissed on one of the, like was hammered as fuck, got his cock out and started pissing on a restaurant owner's like leg or something, and he grabbed a chair and beat him to death.
Who?
The Balinese man.
Oh, good.
This was like, good. It was like 4 years ago, I believe.
Yeah.
This Aussie bloke was drunk as fuck. I believe it was in Bali. Got his cock out, tried to piss on the owner of the restaurant. This Balinese man said, fuck you, grabbed a chair and beat the fuck out of him to death.
Yeah. No, you don't get it twisted, man. Like, if you go to Bali, like, the proper locals don't fucking
They won't
like
fuck
you.
it. They won't fuck it. They like your money.
Like you. Yeah, they're sick of dealing with our shit. Like, they get...
Especially in what is it? What's the proper one? Like, what's the tourist one? Seminyak and
Kuta is the main the place that's been like, the nightlife place since day one. So like Kuta has always been like, it's where the bombs went off. Like it's always been the party district. So next one up is Seminyak, which used to be like the trendy, like the cool kids place. That sort of turned into more like
Kuta
North, and then it went up to like Canggu, and then up to fucking...
Koh Samui is also pretty popular, isn't it? Or is that in Thailand? That's in Thailand.
An island in Thailand.
Yeah, see...
It is a popular...
Westerners in fucking general, they just go places and they think that they can treat people like shit.
They're terrible. We used to see that, like, so where we lived in Jakarta, like we worked at the embassy, so like we all lived in like these compounds... Because it was like...
Majority, like the most Muslim place, one of the most Muslim places in the world as well.
90% Muslim, yeah. Yeah, and so we all lived in these secure compounds or whatever, but everyone had like... If you had kids, like everyone had nannies. Like if you had like, you got your house, everyone had cleaners, everyone got their laundry done because it's just all so cheap. And you'd see like these people, like just normal people like me and you, like normal suburban people, and they would go over there and... These are people like employed by the embassy, like, so-called professionals. They would like start acting like small fucking emperors, like, like small kings, like treating their house staff like it was back in, America in the cotton fields, like not whipping people, but like talking to people like they're shit, like treating people like they're shit, like letting it just go to their head. And it's like, dude, like you're just a government employee. Like back home, you're like just earning a normal money. Like
you're on fucking
just fill your petrol up every day, like every other cunt. Like and you come over here and you treat these poor people that work way harder than what you do
for a 16
for nothing. Yeah, and you treat them like shit. And it's like, and these were people that you used to see, and I was like, oh man, like this is like, it's hard to be around those people.
That's why I like how Japan is, because it's like, no, you're coming to my country. Yeah. You're not gonna, we're not gonna let you fucking be a wanker.
Yeah,
like,
I think South Korea is even more like that. Like I think from memory, I'm gonna make a number up, but I feel like it's a 90-something% national. Like I think their amount of foreigners that they have living there at any time is in like single percent.
Really?
Like, it's like super low, yeah.
Yeah, right.
And there's no like, I'm not going to say no, but I think there's like next to no immigrant, like how we have immigrants pouring in and stuff like that. There's none of that. It's like they keep it at 90, and it's just the rules, and it's just, that's what happens. And
in Japan, I heard in Japan they don't speak a heap of English.
No.
But I was actually pretty shocked as to how little English they speak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I went over there, I was like, oh, they would speak a little bit of English. Like, no. Like these cunts, bro, but good on them. Like, why? Well, I don't learn Chinese because half of fucking Australia is Chinese. Like, I only know how to speak English. So they're like, why would I learn how to speak English? Yeah. It's my fucking country.
I reckon it's good.
But it's good. And they preserve tradition.
Yeah.
Like, we got no preservation of tradition in Australia.
No. But we don't have that long history like they do either.
Yeah,
like,
we don't. We want to kind of forget our history and start again.
Yeah, we still haven't admitted like any of the shit that's happened. I need a piss.
You need a piss? Pausing.
Yeah.
I'll just take this moment to quickly inform you that if you go to toodaloo.com.au and use code SESH at checkout, you get a tasty 15% off. Adam's about to do another hit of the
virgin nostril. Oh, yeah, that's like got my eyes watering. All right, that was a bit better.
It's better than a coffee.
Got it in behind, like gets it in behind your eye.
It's just ammonia.
I kind of like it, man. I don't know.
I like it too.
But I still don't understand.
But I used to love the smell of
Why does that make you like? Why do they have it before powerlifting stuff? Like I don't. That doesn't. Your eyes go cross when you do it.
I got the same thing as you. My nose doesn't work very good.
Pity. It's a fucking good nose.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a fucking big juicy nose.
See, like I feel like it's.
You got to go to the working nostril.
Yeah, but bro. I don't know. It's kind of fun.
It is. It's very good.
Maybe it's because I don't go out and do any like naughty stuff anymore.
When's the last time you had the night?
Oh, my eyeballs, hey?
Have you had a night where it's been like, oh no,
Naughty, like a big night out.
a big night out?
I don't do it anymore,
When
man.
was the last one? I'm talking, I'm too old for this shit.
Well, not that's happened. Like the too old for this shit has happened, but that was like on a night where I didn't even drink. I was just like, there was the night of the Black Tea Thread Cum show where I was like,
You weren't that. You didn't get loose at all that night.
no,
did
I
you?
had fuck all. I had like 2-3 drinks, but like I was like walking there along Rundle and I'm walking back like amongst these toddlers.
Oh man.
I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like I feel so old.
Even me now, I just turned 30 in November, so I'll be 31 this year.
Yeah, so you're a baby, man.
When
That's
I-
prime. You're like early 30s, mid 30s is like your prime.
If I
Mid
went
30s
out,
is the best.
if I went out now, like, you look at people and you're like, oh my god, you look like a fucking child.
Yeah. Where do people like your age, like where do, so like not like Arkabar, like old, you know, old hag sort of like stage, but like
Where do you
not
go?
little babies, yeah, like late 20s to mid 30s.
I know
Like
there's-
in Sydney, there's fucking heaps of those places. Like I lived in Sydney in the mid 30s, and it was like, bro.
Well, I don't know.
That's why I had to come back here. It was
Down
too
here, we all like to go to pubs.
Yeah.
Like we'll go to the pub, or we'll like go back to a house. But I think in the city, Adelaide City has a massive influx of like bars now.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to the city, you go to like Peel Street, Lee Street,
Yeah.
Haynes and Co, shit like that.
It's all little shit though, isn't it?
Yeah, because the biggest club we had was HQ back in the day, or Heaven it used to be.
But that was all like whippersnappers. That's not like.
I don't know. I was a whippersnapper back then. It was a time of my
well,
fucking life.
Exactly. That's my heaven on West Terrace, man. Was like we spoke about this last time. That was just crazy. Like that was. You see the sun come up over the fucking West Terrace, like.
And then they tried to move it to Pulteney Street.
No, Hindley.
No. Heaven went to Pulteney.
Oh, really?
Yeah, briefly.
Yeah, I
in
didn't
an
know
old
that.
church.
Yeah, right. I didn't know
It was
that.
shit.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I was out of the game by then.
Just move your chair in a bit to the... Oh, yeah. There he is. But yeah, it's a wild time to be alive. Slinging mushrooms. And did you ever look at your life when you were 18 and think, I'm going to be
Shroom
the Shroom Lord of South
Nah.
Australia one day?
Nah, brother. No, I still find it weird.
Speaking of shrooms, it's the season to be jolly, if anyone's wondering.
The mushies are out.
The mushies are out.
naughty boys are out.
The
yeah.
naughty boys are out.
I've see like because it didn't rain for so long. Like the rain held off, and then it got super cold really quickly.
Or they're
there
exploding.
was some talk about people like they're worried that we were going to miss the season.
Oh, there was no
But,
season
yeah.
missed.
I've had a couple of mates that have been bagging out down Second Valley way. I've not been out. I've never picked a fucking naughty boy ever.
Really?
Yeah. I've never even seen one because I would have picked it if I saw it. I've never, ever. Well, I've only foraged like the last 2 years, but I've never picked one. Yeah. Sounds like you have. Give me.
They're fucking... I've got a mate that fucking... He just waits. I swear he sleeps at fucking Second Valley
Yeah.
until he sees them.
Well, people have been bagging out like with fuckloads, and they reckon there's other people down there. But then there's been some people that say they haven't gotten any.
It's perfect weather for it at the moment.
Yeah.
Sun, and then it rains for fucking a day. I think
Yeah.
we were supposed to get heaps of rain this week, but I wouldn't give it long before that shit's legal in South Australia. In Australia
It
in
should be,
general.
man. It's just ridiculous. Like the fact that it's not is ridiculous.
If people...
That you can pick it out in the fucking thing. So like if you picked like a shopping bag full of them, which could take you 5 minutes if you pick a nice little spot, like or whether it takes you now, it doesn't matter. And if you got picked up driving out, you get done for dealing because like they'd be like over the prescribed amount is ridiculous.
But you can go buy 2 cartons of beer.
Yeah,
You know what
like
I mean?
is it just ridiculous? Like that you get. It would be treated as though like it was a commercial thing because you had like over, I don't know what the limits are.
It's because they can't tax it.
Yeah, like, but just why don't they just tax it?
Yeah,
Like, I
just
don't-
have a little tax man there, just like, oh, you got...
mushies should be legal, dope should be. Like it's just crazy, man.
Are you a dope smoker?
Nah, I don't like it. out of all the times I've had it, like I've only ever had like one or two fun things. Like every other time I've tried it, it's just always fucked my night up. Like I always get tempted because I've always had friends like that, and I've always been around it, and I've just never enjoyed it, and I've always wished that I did because everyone else raves on about it, but I just don't get it.
I don't like it in a public setting. Like I'm not the kind of guy that's going to smoke a fucking bong and then go do my washing and run 10Ks and fucking.
No.
I
see people like fight on it, or like
I don't understand.
They just swear by it.
I have a cone.
They write, and I'm like, I don't get it, man.
Say I have a cone. I'm gonna eat, watch YouTube for 2 hours, and then have an anxiety attack for 4. But it's good for you.
Yeah,
it's good for you. Weed makes me like think I'm a piece of shit. So I'm like, I was just fucking get all these like, you shouldn't be stoned right now. You should be doing this, this, and that, and this, and that. And I was like,
is it like ego, like checking your stuff?
Yeah, it just makes me fucking. I don't know. I used to smoke heaps of weed, but I can't really anymore. I only smoke every now and then. I got to be like, it's got to be the perfect mood.
Nah, I don't fuck with it. Like if I've been out, like the last few times, I reckon I've just been out. So like when. Might even have been like the last time when Brad Strutt played here at Jack Jill's, like 2-3 years ago. I remember out in the car park, it was like flying around there. So like Bloomy or like one of my mates would have had one. If it passes around, might have like a little doot. But and actually at my show, I remember there's some out. Old mate Stoops, he had some, and every time
Stoopsy,
yeah. Do you know
coming
Stoops?
on. He's coming on.
Is he?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, next week.
Promise?
Promise.
I'm coming here as a minder.
Next week or the week after.
I'm coming
He was
here.
supposed to be on this last Saturday.
He's the fucking best, man. He's like one of the best dudes.
So
all this shit.
I did an episode.
I'm coming as a minder just so you don't fucking lead him astray.
I did an episode with this bloke called Jay Tuski.
Yeah, I saw part of it. Yeah.
Amazing artist.
Yeah.
And he and Stoops, they're friends. But they had a big falling out during COVID.
Yeah, right.
because Stoops is Stoops.
Yeah.
But I've gotten to know him pretty well. We messaged.
He's a legend, bro. He's one of the nicest dudes.
He makes. When he said he's a furniture maker, I'm like, oh, he just like.
He makes the best fucking lounges I've ever seen.
He makes legitimately furniture that you would see in like
a movie.
In like high end designers' houses.
Word, yeah. Like it's the best lounges I've seen. Like the most stylish,
freakish,
and well manufactured lounges I've ever seen.
I told him the other day. I said if the podcast ever does well, you're going to make my next setup.
Yeah, fucking oath, bro.
How good
I've
would
seen
it be?
He's done a couple of fit outs of like he's got cousins who have got.
But even he's doing a couch at the moment that's like a U shape, and I was like, "Fuck, that's a podcast
he's
couch."
He's a weapon, bro. He's a weapon. He's like, and he's art, like his graph stuff is like different.
Did he do
his own style, man?
Who did the Brad Strutt show art? Was it Scandal?
Yeah. He did that.
Shout out to Scandal. He sent me some magazines.
I know. I found some of them. I found one of his magazines under his bridge. He's got his own bridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has a bridge.
Under his own bridge.
Funny character of Scandal. He's a good bloke.
Yeah, he's helped me out with a couple of little things. Good fella. He caught me in the middle of the torrent, so I had to walk. So I could either have gone up the bank and over the bridge and back down, carrying my kid because I had my kid, and I was fucking sweating my ass off. And I was like, I'm not walking back over there. So we walked through the torrents, and then he like come out with he's got like one of those laser pointers that people point at the planes and stuff. So, mate, he's like an ogre. I always tease him. He's like an ogre, like lives under his bridge.
I met him. So he messaged me one day, and he's like, I've got a lot to talk about with you. And I was like, who are you? And he's like, blah, blah, blah. He told me, and I looked at his art, and he's a phenomenal artist. Like, he
does some good stuff.
With a can, he's fucking phenomenal. And I didn't know what he looks like and shit. And he's like, oh, I'm going to be with my kid and my missus down at the wooden playground near where you're at. And I'm like, okay, I'll come meet you there. And I've gotten there, and then I'm like, oh, I just realised I don't know what this cunt looks like. Yeah. And then I just look around and I see this cunt, and I'm like, that's him. That has to be him.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he met him, and he's fucking, he's actually, he's fucking nice dude. Like hectic, but really nice dude.
Yeah.
But Stoops, he just looks like the epitome of Stoops. You know, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about him.
You don't have to say anything about him. Nah, he's a legend. He's a legend.
I feel like if he comes on the podcast, it'll be a long one.
Yeah, it'll be like one of those ones, like a Joe Rogan ones where like years of wearing fucking. You know what you need to do?
Ghillie suit.
Get him a NASA. Get him a NASA.
He
suit.
probably thinks that the moon landing's fake. I haven't asked him about that yet.
Bro, that's the tip of the iceberg.
Do you reckon?
I don't reckon. I know the dude, bro. Like that's.
No, you reckon it's fake? You reckon it's
no,
fake?
I'm not saying. I'm talking about Stoops. You said you think he probably thinks it. I'm saying that is just not even the beginning.
Do you know what I'll do? I'll get jabbed
He's not.
live on the pod while he's here.
He'll come in a fucking beehive suit.
I'll get a nurse to come and inject me with AstraZeneca live on the podcast.
He'll probably dash her.
Have a fucking heart attack.
Nah.
He seems like a very nice dude. I've talked to him a lot over the last month, and he's a very, very, very interesting dude.
He's a very interesting person. He's very talented.
He's very strong in his opinions.
He is strong in his opinions, but he's a thinker. He's definitely a thinker, and does. I don't know. Like I always laugh when like people say, "Oh, do some research." You know, like that's like sort of like the catch cry of like.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, but he knows a lot of things.
He'll do the research for you.
Yeah, like so. For example, like the mushroom shit we were talking about, like extracts. He's done mushroom extracts like with my stuff because like he's been on at me for ages. Like do it. Like you make heaps of money. Like it's good for you. Like fucking it's better than medicine. Blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, I don't have like the time. I can't be fucked learning about it. Like it's not going to happen. And he's like, fine, give me the fucking lines, man. I'll do it. So like he's gone and researched like how to make it and stuff. So he's got like all this line domain extract that he's like sitting on, like waiting to give out. You ask him, he's like blended it with fucking blueberries and like all these other things that he reckons are good combinations with it. I'm like, good on you. I'm not doing it.
All these things though, you don't need to do them. You just need to you just need to grow them and get someone else to do them and oversee it.
Yeah.
So
well,
it's just
it
another.
Just means you make less money out of it, I guess. But yeah.
But you could end up making more. How much? I've never been inside your facility. What's your capacity of growing? Like, is your shed this size, or your cool room, or your humidity room, or wherever the fuck you grow a mushroom?
So like one of the fruiting rooms we call it is probably about 60% of the size of this.
Yeah.
And then the other one's probably 20% bigger.
20% bigger.
Yeah, so there's two fruiting rooms. Like
So it's
one
like
at Woodville and
one and a half of these, roughly.
Yeah, roughly. But then there's like an incubation room. Yeah. So like it's not as wide, so it's like a shipping container sort of dimension. So it's like it's only just over hand width wide. So
about 2 meters.
Just over 2. One is basically 2 by 7 long, and the other one is 3 by 11 long.
Could I grow mushrooms in here?
Yeah, at the moment in this temperature you could. Like
if I put one in the background on the wall.
Yeah, fucking no. Yeah. Go naughty boys.
I knew it, mate. I knew a guy.
I was at Big Shed the other day because I'm always there way too much. But
shout out to Big Shed.
Yeah, they're my favourite. They're good. They're like 400 metres from the Mushy Shed, Royal Park. Proper Westside massive. And one of the local dudes that's there all the time, he's like, what do you know? Have you been foraging? Like they sort of edge into the conversation, like 'cause no one wants to outright ask you.
I do. How do you grow mushrooms?
no, about the magic mushrooms.
I fucking leave. That's what I mean. I'd microdose those cunts every day if I could.
Yeah, but the trick is like microdosing.
Yeah,
like, that's what I couldn't do it, man. Like, 'cause I've often thought Like when I'll go through like little bits of time where I sort of like get depression and whatnot, and I'm like, I've read up on microdosing and all that. I'm thinking, fuck, I'd rather try that than like get on, you know, like proper prescribed medicine and stuff. And because I've like tried that before and it's worked and not worked, but I'm thinking, oh, maybe like I'll do that. But I just think there's no way, because like I read about the amounts, like you got to have like one little cap, you know, like of a couple of point 3 or 0.5 grams every few days or something. I'm thinking, if I've got those sitting there,
they're all gone.
There's no way they're sitting there, man.
See, I got one of my friends, we call him the shaman.
Yeah, that's why I call Stoops the Royal Park shaman.
He's fucking, like when we went to Perth for the UFC, he came later that day. He flew to Perth.
Can you remember that, or people told you that?
No. This was the first day I was fucking off my chops, and I've met this bloke for the first time, and he's like, "Would you like some mushy chocolates?" And I was like, "How did you get them here from Adelaide?" He's like, "I just flew them over." Yeah. He brought over fucking 2 Tupperware containers, this full of just full of mushies, and he mixes them with chocolate. Yeah. And I was like, okay. So me and him got on the mushies that night after everything we'd fucking done, and I was like, okay, this guy's kind of cool. And he called me last week, and he's like, I just went and got fucking a lot, because I was talking to him and I was like, yeah, I'm fucking feeling a bit rough at the moment, like not as motivated as I am for the pod at the moment, just in a bit of a slump. And he's like, I know what we need to do. And I was like, what do we need to do? He's like, we need to basically kill you and then bring you back. And I was like, okay. Right. I was like, how many grams does that take? He's like, about 12.
Oh,
and I was like, what do you mean in one sitting? And he's like, you're going to come to my house. Yeah. You're going to book the day off. Yeah. You're going to take him, and I'm going to guide you for 2 hours, and then I'm going to lock you in a room and let you figure it out. And I was like, I don't think that's my kind of vibe, eh? But I don't
know. I kind of like. Well, I don't know.
He does shit like that. And in saying that, I've had this guy on twice called Lee Ryan, massive bodybuilder, fucking biggest cunt I've ever seen in my life. Just 6'6", doesn't have an inch of fat on him, 120 kilo. Yeah. He sits in his room sometimes and does 25 grams of mushrooms. And he sits in the fucking dark and he just thinks. Yeah. And I'm like,
that's a lot of mushies, man.
No. He fucking goes. He did 3 back-to-back ayahuasca ceremonies in Yankalilla. Yeah. And he just tripped balls for 3 days trying to talk to his belated father who passed away that he had issues with. And it's like, fuck. These things do work if you're ballsy enough to do them.
Yeah, I think they can go either way.
It just depends what you want to get out of it. Because if you have a lot of fucking trauma, a lot of people suppress. All the mushroom does is stop that suppression.
Well, you know, there's actual there's studies that have only just started. It was on, what was it on? It's either ABC or SBS recently, and it's like to do with the first clinical psilocybin trials in Australia.
They do them in Australia now?
Yeah, well, it was my mate. So like Jace, like from the Mushroom Connection. I'll show you this.
Tell them to come to Adelaide. I'm on the pod.
The Mushroom Connection.
The Mushroom Connection.
They actually sell, I will say, so we were talking about life cycle before. He does lion's mane, reishi, like all those extracts, and like actually grows them himself. So like a lot of those other places they get shoot in from China, and it's like a bit sketchy, like it's not done all above board. He actually does all his own shit. So if anyone wants to buy that sort of shit, like lion's mane supplements, cordyceps, you know, all those functional mushies, I'd check out the Mushroom Connection. He's on Instagram and stuff.
He will be on the podcast one day.
Yeah, he would come on. He would actually be a good chat. He doesn't love seeing himself on camera, and he doesn't like talking.
Sorry, he doesn't have to. There's nothing.
We could come on together.
There's nothing. A couple beers won't stop.
I don't know. Well, yeah, I'll talk about. He was actually supposed to come across for the Strat Show. He's a mad Aussie hip hop fan. Like
he's from Ballarat, you said.
Ballarat, yeah, fucking legend. Like he's helped me out heaps. Like gave me mushies when mine weren't working. Like heaps of advice. Like you know, he hasn't been one of those secretive cunts that doesn't tell you what's up. He's let me visit his room a couple of times over there. He's a legend. But what were we talking about?
We're talking about magic mushroom trials.
Oh yeah, so he was one of the participants. So like he was one of the patients in the first ones that they did in Melbourne recently, and it's a doco on it's on iView or whatever. Like you can look it up. I can't remember what it's called. Where they followed like people through, like they spoke about their problems or their anxiety, or each person had different background and different problems. And then they put them through the treatment, so it's like similar to what your shaman mate was saying. So like you don't just give them the gear and send them off. Like you just you got like a trip sitter,
Controlled environment.
Yeah, like so you're in a room, nice and comfortable. Someone sitting next to you, making sure you don't spin out. And the results from that were like super super positive. Like I don't want to put words in his mouth and say like what the people said because I can't remember exactly, but like I just remember that it was like something that did show signs of benefiting people, and got them talking or got them realising things or got changes of behaviour or whatever. But like you said, like it doesn't fix like a root cause. Like it's just the
brings
first
it up.
step. And that treatment was done in conjunction with therapy sessions, talking to people. Like
That's the thing.
It
Like
wasn't like a one and done. Like you don't just get fucked up and then whoa.
So imagine. So whenever anyone's done mushrooms, I guarantee it's been with a group of mates. You've been fucked up, and then if you've done heaps and you've had a good experience, you've had that hell profound fucking experience. Imagine doing that with a therapist who's trained to get into your fucking brain.
Yeah.
That will change your life.
Yeah.
That will change your life. If there's a therapist there to navigate your fucking brain while this is all happening, it would be insane. I remember when I first broke through on DMT, because I tried to fucking break through on DMT for years. I remember the first time I did DMT, I got like it's a shardy version. It looks almost like meth. Yeah. And I got it. Quickly rang one of my mates because the best way to do that is through a crack pipe. Yeah. And he's a
sweet puff.
He's sweet puff. No, he's a glass blower, and I was like, I need you to blow me.
Get a fucking light bulb, mate.
No, I wanted to do it properly, and I was like,
in comfort.
I was like, I need you to blow me a glassy, and he's like, why? And I was like, not for crack. and he's like, okay, so he blew me one. I did it. Almost broke through, but like I couldn't stomach the taste of it, but I had insane visuals. And I remember then I got this chunga stuff from a mate, which is from Adelaides Hills, and it was just leafy. Yeah. I was like, oh, it doesn't look as strong. And
the DMT stuff was.
It's DMT. It's all DMT, but this is from Adelaide Hills. Yeah. This lady makes it. It's called chunga, and it looks like tree bark. Yeah, it looks like tobacco-ish. Yeah. And I had a vial of it, and me and all my boys were out the back one night, just up the top of my pergola, and we were fucking plastered. And I was like, "Who wants to do some DMT?" And the boys,
perfect environment.
The boys were like, "You do it first, and then we'll do it." And I was like, I've done it before, so I packed a whole bong of it, and I fucking smashed this fucking bong. And then I remember I looked into my backyard. And my backyard's just gone. And it's all pitch black, like the blackest black you ever see. My whole backyard just sucked in, and you could just see this like light dancing towards me. It felt like I was in that trip for fucking 10 years. I felt seeing my granddad, it just was the most intense experience I've ever. But I was just there for fucking 10 minutes. My mates just said, "We thought you passed out." Yeah. I was just there for 10 minutes, and I was like, "There's no way that wasn't real."
Yeah, I've had something like I've not done DMT like that. I've had it in the wrong environment where it was someone sprinkled it on a cone and it was just like a heart, and it was like, have we spoken about ghosts and shit before and like paranormal stuff?
Are you into that?
No, I'm not. But this story is like weird. So I was like working with this young dude, right? Like we were in this job. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know if I've ever really told anyone this. And it was just like moving furniture. Like it was like a place that where like they get furniture ready for sale. And no, they get a house ready for sale. So like if it's a vacant house.
And you fill it with furniture.
Yeah. So it was like an in-between job there. So I was like working there. And obviously, like, you know, he was alright. He was working with cool dudes like the other people that, you know, it was just a couple of blokes. We were like, it was cool. And this kid, he was like 20, maybe 21, young dude, like probably about 6'5", big, you know, heavy set dude, like super nice, but like private schoolboy sort of vibes, like just didn't really have any idea, but like just thought he was like, you know, like thought he was a little bit, but was a nice dude. Anyway, so he like lived at this house, and he's like, oh, he was taking home one of the couches for his place. And he was like, I remember like having beers with him like one day, like for lunch. He was like at that age where it's similar to you, like where every beer you have is like skulled. Like he was like trying to impress me. Like we went out to lunch.
Fast drinker.
Yeah, but not it wasn't like just I'm a fast drinker. Like, you know, it might be 2 or 3 drinks, but he was like sort of like at the age where you sort of show off by how fast you can drink, or like I can have these drinks so quick, or I can take 3 pills instead of 1 pill, or I can fucking rack 10 lines instead of 1. Like he was like at that age. And I was like, I didn't know him well enough to, you know, go and dad on him or anything. So like we just sort of just took him for what he was and had fun at work. Anyway, we were taking this couch to his house, and he was living up in, is that the back of like the east side? I don't know what it was called, like sort of up behind Burnside, up in the hills there a little bit.
McGillish.
Like, yeah, but like more up towards the hills.
Yeah.
Like a nice area, but just like, you know, dilapidated. Like it looked like a house that like the landlord didn't give a fuck about it. They were probably going to knock it down in a few years, so they just let like young blokes live in there. And he went in there. So I went in there, like it was just a shithole, like, you know, just like borrowed furniture, like, you know, it wasn't set out homely at all. It was like it was a pad. It was like a pad, like a badge pad. Anyway, so we've only gone into this first room. So I'm there with my missus' dog, and we go in there. We get the furniture and whatever, and he like had mushies. I remember walking in, there was like all these like there was like prescription, different like the little metal like slides, like just of different prescription shit like scattered around. I was like, oh, all right, well, this is a bit sketch. Anyway, we sit down, and he's like, we're watching TV, and he's like, oh, do you want to have some DMT? And I'm thinking, fucking oath, like, yeah, I've been wanting to try for ages. Like, I've read up about it, I've learned about it, blah, blah, blah. But I've always told myself I'm never going to do it. Like, I'm going to, like, respect it, like they say, you know, like, treat it, like, with respect. Don't do it, like, when you're out in the piss or, like, partying or whatnot. So, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, nah, like, I won't do it. But he was excited, and I was sort of excited, and he goes, oh, I'll get some, I've got it here, and he get it out. And I was like, all right, I'll have a little bit. All right, I'll have a little bit, no worries. The dog that was sitting next to me, like the Maddie, the little dog, runs over to the door, like it's a closed door to the kitchen, and starts scratching on the door. And I'm like, oh, she must need a piss. So I go over, let the dog out to have a piss. She just like walks into the kitchen. I've never been in this house before, like sort of find my way to the backyard, open the door to let her out. Oh, go outside. Do you want to go outside? All right, come back in. That was a bit weird. Sat that back down, put her back next to me, pat. He's sprinkling the stuff on the fucking, just like on the cone, like just the little bit of DMT, whatever he reckons it was. Chatting away, blah, blah, blah. He has his bit. Suddenly, fucking runs back over there. She runs back over to the door, like to the door, starts going, trying to scratch out. I've never seen her do this ever. Yeah. Never seen her do this. Scratch. All right. Can you just like do the piss? Like I'm still not having like twig. I'm like, all right, take her out. Walked outside, had my own piss because like we'd had a couple of beers. Had my own piss. She just didn't even walk around. Like usually the dogs like they fucking roam around. They have a sniff. Blah blah blah. None of that. Stayed near me. Anyway, back in again. This happened probably 3 or 4 different times. The last time, he had his little bit, I had my little bit. And it was just like straight away, like as soon as I did it, I had this like, you shouldn't have done that feeling straight away. You shouldn't have done that feeling. And I just saw these little heads going, like saying no. Like just like those little heads that they talk about. Nope. That's what they were saying. Nope. Like that. And I was like, all right, that's fucked up. I'm just like, stay my eyes. Like, I'm not not even going to try and like, you know how you can like close your eyes and like sort of lean into it? And I was like, nah, stay away. The dog was doing that again. We ended up leaving. I ended up sitting in the car, blah, blah, blah. Drove around the corner and I sat in the car for ages. That dude overdosed a day and a half later and died in that room.
The bloke you worked with?
Yeah.
Wow. That got so dark so quickly.
I know.
I was expecting...
Because that was the next thing. I never saw him again.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't that time, like, it wasn't that stuff or anything, but, like, I never saw him again. And the dog has never done anything like that ever since.
That's fucking... The dog wanted out of there.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That is...
Yeah.
So not where I thought that story was going.
Because I could see you glazing over, but I'm like, this is where it's going, bro.
No, I thought you were going to say that you looked over at the dog and there was someone like holding the dog or something. No, that motherfucker died.
Yeah, this kid died, man. He's like, this kid died.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking gross.
Yeah. I don't think it was a couple of days, but whatever it was, I hadn't seen him again. I didn't see him again, yeah. Because I quit that job around that time as well. That might have been my last day.
Jesus Christ.
And he was like strong as a bull, 20-ish.
There's something about like
some prescription shit like that. Because he was like bragging about some prescription shit they were taking. It was nothing to do with what we was like had. It was like prescription stuff.
I think I can actually see how you can fucking lose your mind on DMT. Because there's a very big difference from doing DMT and breaking through on DMT. Breaking through on DMT is like nothing you will ever experience in your whole life. It's the full 5D experience.
No.
Anything that happens there is real. Everything that happens there is real. There's people that get into trips and they think they've been there for fucking 50 years, but it's only been 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember being in something and thinking that I wasn't having fun there and that it was going to take my whole life. I was going to have to live a whole life to get back into the room where I was.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking hell, I don't want to do this shit for a whole year. But it wasn't like a bad thing. It was like, I just remember thinking, oh, this is like another thing. And then when I realised that could happen, I remember thinking, well, if that could happen, I might go into another one, and then you might be going to 5 lives deep. Have to live 5 lives to get back. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, I don't know.
There used to be this shit you could buy called salvia.
Yeah, I've heard lots of bad stuff about that.
And this comedian called Ari Shafir on one of the OG podcasts. He's a frequent guest on Joe Rogan's. He
was in Australia recently.
Yes, he did a massive hit of salvia on a podcast.
Oh yeah, I heard something about. Is this the one that? And he said his life was fucked for a long time afterwards.
So no, he did a hit of salvia and passed out on live. This is all live.
Yeah.
Woke up like 20 minutes later, and he woke up and he started screaming and didn't know who anyone was because he lived literally a full life in that trip. Like he was born, got married, had children.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like it didn't brush.
I believe that
it was like
happen.
It was
I would
like
have never thought that could happen.
It was like 60 years or 70, whatever amount of years. He was born, found a woman, had a life, had kids, and then all of a sudden he woke back up into this weird world that he wasn't in for 60 years.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
it's fucking insane. And Lion's Mane can do that.
Yeah, just try it. Yeah, that's the scary thing about it. Like, there's no limit to how deep that could go. Like, in my head, like, if that could happen, like, you could just go into another life, like, and I feel like a lot of that.
So a friend of mine, I won't say his name, but we were on a trip together recently, and he was telling me that we were talking about mushrooms, and he said, I haven't done mushrooms since I was fucking 18. And I was like, why? And he's like, because one of my friends is still stuck in his trip and he's 32. Yeah. So they went out one night his mate had way too many mushrooms, and they were camping.
Yeah.
His mate, they woke up, was hiding in a tree naked, screaming, screaming at the top of his lungs, couldn't breathe, thinking everyone was going to kill him, and still to this day,
fucks him up.
20 years later, just fucking
that's the scary thing about
still fucked up.
Yeah.
I feel like for that, though, you need to have some sort of pre-existing...
Yeah, you're just disposed to... You've got something in you that just is going to react that way, which is like a roll of the dice. That's the scary thing about it.
We're all fucked up.
Yeah. But to have that is pretty full on. Have you seen that Nitazene stuff that's on the telly at the moment?
So, Ryan Nemenko, this bloke that I talked to that is going to come on the podcast one day, Ryan was a filmmaker from back in the day, and he was doing a documentary on the Melbourne Gangland Wars with Roberta Williams. He was doing like a Wives of the Underbelly show. Yeah. He got kidnapped by Roberta and tortured for a week, and it was on the news. His name's Ryan Nemenko. Yeah. He always messages me and we talk, and he has a channel now that is talking about Nitazenes and stuff. Yeah. And he was telling me months ago, he's like, watch this shit, because we were talking about fentanyl. Yeah. Because I was going to go to America originally in a month, but I'm not now. And I was like, I'm worried about fentanyl. Yeah. And he's like, don't worry about it over there, mate. Worry about it over here, because they're starting to use it here. And I was like, oh, whatever. Yeah. And now he's like, Nitazenes are all, and if it's very fucking serious. Yeah. It's very serious. I am actually considering not touching anything ever again. Yeah. Because you can have one line and you're fucking dead. Yeah. Well, that's what that story is. That's what it is. There was that one in Melbourne on telly the other day. There was like 4 of them just like in the back room, and the brother come in and they'd all drop like flies. It's not even like it could happen. It's like, I feel crook, I'm going to go to the doctor. It's like you're fucking dead straight away. You rack a line or take a pinger or fucking do some MDMA. Why do you reckon that happens though? That's what I don't understand. What do you mean? Why would they put that in there? Like, it's a filler. Yeah, I know, but like, it's cheaper. They want to sell more, don't they? Like, they don't want to just sell this bag once. Like, so, to my knowledge, you don't have to be unlucky to overdose on it, but it's very likely. Yeah. But it's also highly addictive. Yeah. So if you put this stuff in, I get hooked you. It's almost like heroin. You're getting hooked to a hot if you do the line of if you do a line of coke with fentanyl or Nitazenes in it, so the opioid is more addictive. You are getting so addicted to that, you're basically a heroin addict now. Yeah. Like you're not a coke head, you're a fentanyl head. Yeah, I get that. But it's fucking terrible. It's sad to say. It's like, if I had kids, I wouldn't want them to take drugs, and it's like, hey, that's not a new take, bro. Oh no, it's not like I didn't explain that right. It's I know what you mean. It's like when I was growing up, I fucking tried everything without a worry because there wasn't any of these things, and now your kid, or not, I'm not saying your kid, but like whoever's listening, your kid can just go to a party and innocently want to try something, and they're fucking dead, and it's so weird. Yeah. It's so weird to me. Yeah, it's scary. I just can't imagine doing it, because like when back in your party days, like you just never. I used to fucking eat a pinger off the floor if I found one. Yeah, you just wouldn't care about anything. But like now with kids and stuff, I just would never ever consider it. Man, it's just not worth it. Not to think about. But like, imagine just buying a bag of cocaine and you're fucking playing Russian roulette with your life. Like, what a world! What a fucking world we live in. That's crazy. You need a piss? Thank God, because I do too. But yes, I needed to do that piss. But shout out to Brian Nemenko. We will do a podcast eventually when he gets his ass from where he lives. But Nitazenes, not good for you. Yeah, it's scary, man. Essentially the same thing as fentanyl. I'm not going to fucking pretend like I'm a pharmacist and I know the chemical compounds, but sounds like it's even worse, man. Same. But there is that thing that you can take called Narcan, which they're selling in Australia now. So Narcan, as soon as someone I think they said that. I saw that fella that you spoke to, Gaz, that Gaz fella. Oh, Gaz, right, yes. He posted something about it in the last day or so. And I think the Narcan is for like heroin, sort of like the opioids. He said there's a different one for
The Nitazenes?
No, that's
Noxolone,
monoxolone or nox.
something?
Yeah.
There's two different sorts.
Well, you put it. I'm pretty sure you put it up their nose,
Yeah,
or I don't know. Either way, just don't fucking die on it. Oh, you can't choose that, but do you know what I mean?
That's scary shit, man.
Yeah, it's fucking a wild time to be alive. I don't know.
Mushies, aren't they? I don't think I've ever heard of anyone dying on mushies.
No, you can't die on them. You can fucking lose your mind on them maybe if you're a bit unstable originally, but that's about it.
12 grams is crazy. No, 20, what did you say?
25.
Yeah, that's crazy.
25 gram hits
That's crazy.
in one sitting.
How long that last? How long do you say?
I'm not sure. I've got to rewatch the episode. I'm pretty sure that would be like a full dayer.
Mm.
I don't know if you ever come back from that norm. Like, I don't know. He's a very like. I would say emotional. Yeah, like he's just not emotional in a bad way. Like he's very he's not scared to cry. Like
Empathy.
very empathetic, and
I have that. I'm empathetic.
Really?
I have empathy things. Yeah, like I will cry if other people were
crying.
I can have that. Yeah.
If
like
other people are crying, I can't fucking look at them.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Not just weird crying, like not people crying for no reason, but like if something's on TV and like their kid died or some shit, like I'll cry.
See, I always
like as in get a tear.
I can't. I don't know. I always try and make like a joke.
A joke, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, that kid's so dead. What's that like in fucking? What's that Will Ferrell one where he's joking about the parachuter dying or something? It must be the one where they go to the funerals.
Oh, Wedding
They fuck
Crashes.
people?
Wedding
Is it that
Crashes. That's such a good fucking.
He's like, oh, I'm dead. What a loser.
Do you
He's
do you watch Netflix?
a little bit, not heaps. Like,
There's a new show called The Man with 1,000 Kids.
yeah, right. Good.
It's a documentary.
Oh, really?
This
Like a sex tourist or something?
No.
Oh, no. Not one of those fucked up doctors that
No. This
puts his own jizz in.
This dude was black marketing his semen on the sperm donor stuff, and he he full impregnated over 1,000 bitches. No, just a random dude, and he. But then I was watching the doco, and I was listening to the women that he like impregnated. They're all European, and I was like, you sound like the fucking retard here, because you went on a like a black market website to get semen.
Yeah.
What did you? That's a red flag in general, isn't it?
I've seen. Yeah,
Here's
I didn't even
1,000
know that was a
kids.
thing. I've seen. There's ones about a doctor, so like a doctor that goes to like Planned Parenthood, where they try and, I don't know whether it's a surrogate thing or whether it's like what the treatment is, but I remember the doctor was slipping his own jizz into the mother.
That's kind of hot.
Fucking.
It's not.
I don't know, bro. That's pretty fucking crazy.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Your kid comes out white, and you got
That's
a
crazy,
two black powers.
Surely he was smart enough not to do it to the like coloured people of colour. Surely.
But it just doesn't. Oh, have you seen? There's a movie with Vince Vaughn that's based on a true story as well.
I don't know.
He was a sperm donor, but the sperm donor clinic fucked up, and they gave his semen out too much, and he had like 500 kids.
I don't know.
The issue with that is then you get the kids that meet each other and have babies.
Yeah.
So you're brothers and sisters, which happens.
That would make a good movie.
I've seen movies like that. I've seen many movies like that.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Fucking hell. But yeah, it's Nitazenes and incest. That can be the podcast name.
No. Did you see that woman, the nurse that was like killing the babies?
In
She's
the
like,
UK?
Yeah, I think so. She got sentenced or something.
How can you do that? How can you be that
like
fucked up?
neonatal stuff and like putting oxygen into the bloodline and stuff and like bumping off these little babies and stuff.
See, I'm not in the slightest an empathetic person. I'm actually very cold. But
that's how I was as well.
But when I see people do things like that, I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, just what? There's no explanation. There's nothing that could have happened in your past
Yeah.
that is worth that. I don't care if you got fiddled as a kid. There is no reason for you to be murdering fucking babies for no reason. There's just not.
I don't actually even think about it. I just
It's wild.
to not be around.
It's just gross. It's such a gross thing.
Yeah, man. It's fucking crazy. There's a lot around. That other cunt that fucking set his house on fire and took his kids in there the other day.
Where was that?
I don't know, in Australia. They set his house on fire.
There was 2 stabbings in fucking Adelaide within this year, wasn't there? On what road? The real estate agents?
Oh, yeah, the crazy dude killed the people, yeah.
Just random.
Yeah.
And then the month after that, 2 people walking down, was it Marion Road?
I don't know, man.
It wasn't Marion Road, it was a main road. This younger lady in her late 20s or early 30s, I believe, and another woman were walking their baby, and this dude just walked up to her and stabbed her to death for no reason. Just unplanned.
Yeah. It's a healthcare system, man. It's just been neglected. There's not the support for the fucking mental health stuff. They're just out and about roaming around when they shouldn't be.
Wasn't it there a thing in Marion the other day? These fucking kids had like a fucking pole.
That was just like a little Eshe fight, and people were just super sensitive because of what happened in.
But why didn't anyone walk up to him and punch him in the fucking head?
People are soft, bro. People don't do nothing. People don't help people. Like, it's bad.
But if you physically look at someone, because they were like fucking 14, 13.
Yeah.
If you look at a 13-year-old and they're carrying a pole and everyone's running in fear, I'm going to knock that cunt out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
This
have...
is like what you kind of hope to come across as like a guy like living
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
This is like a free hit, man. Like,
Every day I'm in the shop.
Every
day I'm in the shop. I hope someone crazy comes into it. It hasn't happened yet. But every day, it's like
most people are too scared, bro. Like, most people are either scared of getting hurt or they're scared of getting in trouble, like, because they think they're going to get in trouble if they do anything. Most people just like, fuck, I've got a family. I'm not getting involved in that shit.
Do you know what is scary? It's like, what if we have a situation one day where there is a maniac with a fucking gun in a building? Like, what are the police going to do here? What are they going to do? They're not trained for that. They took them fucking like
Some of them are. Star Force, like those ones probably are. But the normal ones, I don't know. I don't know. I don't imagine they'd get heaps of training all the time on that sort of stuff.
Like, American police would be way more adequate than Australian, you'd imagine.
I don't know, man. Some of the videos you see online are pretty bad.
I retract my statement.
I've heard of, like, yeah, I don't know, like, because they're different over there. Like, all their little police forces, the little counties are all individual.
Yeah, it's
so,
not.
like, some of them, like, just like they have no money, they have no funding, so they just got.
I just feel like the police force in general is just like, you should have to fit. You should really have to fit a certain criteria to be a police officer. Like, some of them come into the business. You see some of them, and like, they come into our business and stuff, and it's like,
what are you?
Like, there's nothing you'd be able to do.
Yeah.
There's nothing, and I'm fucking 5'4", fucking 75 kilos wet.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing you'd be able to do to me with a weapon. Like, you could have the weapon, and there's just nothing you'd be able to do. And then they hire these like 4'8" really petite women, and it's like, what? That's so unfair for them. You're putting them in horrible positions.
I might have had to meet a quota or something.
But that's the thing, is like, I just feel like police officers in general, they should have to meet a really fucking strict criteria.
Yeah, I agree, man. Oh, for sure. Should be able to.
Ex-veterans.
Yeah. Then a lot of them, I think,
they have PTSD, so you're fucked either way.
Trigger happy.
Yeah.
Right. It's a tricky job, man. It's tricky.
It's not. I don't have anything against police officers or whatever. I've actually 70% of the encounters I've had with the law have been. I've been fucked, but they've been very fair in it, because I've deserved to have been fucked. Like, at the time, but there's only been like one big occasion that they were wrong, but a couple. But in general, it's like, it's a high stress job. It's like, you're dealing with wankers all day. You're watching fucking crackheads beat their missuses all day. and then one cunt says something and you just snap. Like if I'd be the worst police officer ever.
No, I think it's underappreciated.
You'd be a good cop.
I don't know. Don't know about that.
You should try. Try it out. But it is a school night, so I will cut it off. August 3rd.
August 3rd, the Mushy Lair, we've got Checkmate from Villiani. We've got Goobsy's birthday set.
Shout out to the boy, Goobsy.
And Kirby. We've got Ottist and DC supporting as well, Collateral Damage. Grant Schooling Chef, Banana Boogie with the treats as well. Jack Fran painting, some fucking sick art. It's going to be a good night. Good night, you can get the tickets now. Support some dope local hip hop and yeah, come have some fun.
I will destroy any beer anyone buys for me.
Oh, that's the other one. We're going to have No Idea Brewing. So the beers there was fucking popular as last
No
time.
Idea Brewing.
Yeah, so that's my mate, one of the chefs, Dwayne, the one who I was saying is the Wiz.
He has a
The Wiz.
brewing company.
Yeah, so the one that does the mushroom tamari, he's got no idea, like as in a deer with no eyes, No Idea Brewing. See what he did there? Yeah. And he had a rice lager, he had honey lager, he had some sort of fucking bitter. There was 6 beers. I don't know. I can't remember them all. There was an IPA.
Very crafty, like small. In craft, I mean small operation.
Oh yeah, microbrewery. Like
Microbrewery.
So he lives in Malala. So they only recently got their tanks. I don't know the sizes, but like just 2 dudes.
Tell him to fucking send some down. I'll do a review on them on YouTube.
I will.
I actually want to start doing beer reviews.
Well, you should do him. He's a fucking legend, and the beer was like really good. There was one beer that I just couldn't handle. I can't remember which one it was. It was just not my thing. But the rice lager was fucking sick. Like it sold out on the night. Like it was just super popular. Honey lager was dope as well. They've just started doing cans and stuff.
Are you going to be doing dirty West Ends?
Nah, it's just his beer.
Just his beer?
Yeah, and then get some ciders from Big Shed. I'll probably get a little bit of spirits because last time we had cunts, because we're in the same fucking car park as a BWS, they were like just going over there and like bringing back fucking 4-packs of Woodstocks and whatnot. And I'm like, I don't know, like what do you do?
I'll get my RSA and I'll bartend for the night.
Yeah, well you can come and do that if you want.
I'll do it for free. The Sesh with Sav bartending.
We're gonna have an event there, bro. This is what we want to get. We're going to we'll plant this seed out proper. Because you used to be a chef.
Yes.
Yeah. And I grow mushrooms. You like music. We fucking know people that know people. We should have a thing there. We should have a sesh with Sav. Well, it should be the sesh with Sav.
The Sesh party.
Yeah. Why don't we?
The Sesh party. The Sesh Red Tins party.
Food. Yeah. It doesn't have to be fancy, bro. Like, not everything we do there's fancy. Like, it can be whatever.
2 lambs on the spit.
Yeah.
Some pita bread.
Yeah.
$80, all you can eat.
Let's do it, bro. What are we doing for the music now that you hate rap music?
What are we going to do for the music?
Well, it can be a DJ. It can be someone on the vinyls.
We get a DJ.
It can be fucking...
You get a DJ. It's a sesh.
Strings.
It's a sesh. DJ.
DJ. Bangers. Yeah, bangers. All right. Let's do it.
Bangers.
When it warms up?
When it warms up. Because it has to be on the perfect night.
I reckon November.
November's my birthday. November 18th, the Day of Kings.
November 18th.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Oh, my cake is ringing me.
Oh, no way.
I think that means this is when it always goes way longer.
Oh, 2 hours and 20.
Hello. Hey, you're on air, baby. You're on air. I'll call you back in a minute.
We will finish up.
Yeah.
We will do the sesh party one day. We will do
it
it
with Aaron.
this
Let's
year.
see if Aaron wants to do it with you, or do you want to go full solo chef duties?
No, I don't want to. I just want to have a hand in the food. I want to be.
Could be a joint thing with Aaron
Yeah, we could fucking do that. I'd do it. I just want content out of it as well.
Yeah. Fuck.
That's all I
Perfect,
want.
mate. Perfect.
Oh, Aaron, that would be fucking excellent.
Let's do it. November.
Appreciate you, brother.
Cheers, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.